Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to state playoff football on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Cotto and the coach, John Yasutaki, touching bases with you. Once again, the weather in Seattle has thrown us a curveball. After wind and rain and storms
and tornado
alerts on Friday night, it is absolutely beautiful here at Leon H. Brigham Field, just to the east of Climate Pledge Arena. It looks like there was a climate pledge this evening for crystal clear, a severe clear.
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous evening. I'm looking forward to a exciting night of the state round of playoffs, Coach, the round of 16.
Stanwood versus Eastside Catholic of the Metro League. Stanwood out of the West Coast.
Eastside Catholic won the toss. They are going to kick. Back down for Stanwood is a couple of their playmakers. That is Ryder Bumgardner and Carson Beck down there. The ball goes through the end zone, and Stanwood will take the ball at the 20-yard line. Stanwood is 6-4. Eastside Catholic is 7-1 this year. Obviously, the number of games was truncated or expanded in some cases due to COVID-19.
Yep. And Eastside Catholic has not lost a game to any in-state team. They lost in a game in Utah or Colorado.
Mascotti, the quarterback, brings him to the line of scrimmage. Ryder Bumgardner is their 1,400-yard running back. Calls the signals. They run the wing tee. It looks like it's just a simple dive to the fullback. The fullback trap, and it is read perfectly by Eastside Catholic. And you would figure, having played Bellevue all those years in state championship games, Eastside's going to have a little bit of the answers for this wing tee offense.
Oh, yeah. They know that wing tee.
Eastside Catholic, coached by former University of Washington lineman Dominic Dest. And an experienced coaching staff, and obviously one of the top programs in the state of Washington for the last decade. But yeah, they run the wing tee outside. They went right up into the line, and once again, they're trying to run the trap, and it's just not there.
No gain, and they're just jamming that middle. Nothing fancy. Direct handoff, but it's not working. It's they're not getting any push up front, Juan.
Third down and about 10. They say 3rd and 9 on the scoreboard, and I'm sure that
it's longer than that.
It's a long 9 yards.
Right.
Eastside Catholic in the blue uniforms with the orange numbers, blue trousers, and white helmets. Stanwood in white.
Yeah, motion man.
They go again to the trap, and it's not there. Right back up the middle, and the guard trap is a base play of the wing tee offense.
It is.
Ran it 3 times, and Eastside Catholic said no.
No, they try to use linemen to get a leverage or angle and run the back to, and they're not getting any push. You got to get push on the line of scrimmage to be able to run that play, and they're not getting any push.
When you have a ball control team, you need to get first downs.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Stanwood is not only a 3 and out, they didn't get any yards. So they're going to run about 1 minute and 45 seconds off the clock, and that's not what they wanted.
No. And Eastside is a high-powered offense, one of the highest-scoring teams in the state.
The kick gets out of there, and I believe that's Sanadad, the return man for Eastside Catholic, makes a couple of moves, picks up a couple of blocks, and he moves the ball about 14 yards on the return inside the territory of Stanwood. So that's going to put the ball at
plus
the
50
41-yard line, I believe.
Great field position. Again, you're facing Stanwood's facing one of the highest scoring teams in the Metro League in the state of Washington, as well as in the Metro League of Seattle.
Here comes the Crusaders. Big play offense.
Spread.
3 wide receiver spread, and number 83, the wide receiver there,
jumped.
Just got going a little quick.
Illegal procedure.
Jaden Reyes had his own snap count. He's trying to get a little bit of edge, and the referee said you just can't do that.
They are running, I call an extreme spread. They are covering both ends of the sideline. in their formation.
If you've seen Eastside Catholic play before, they spread the field, but they run the football downhill.
Yep.
Physical running attack.
Trips right.
Brady McKenzie, the quarterback, claps his hands, gets the snap. Looks downfield, he throws, he's going for all of it. He's got a receiver there, and he gets him at the 20-yard line. Breaks the tackle, and he's into the end zone.
Like I said, they're the highest scoring team in the state, one of the highest scoring teams in the state. And it took them, 50 seconds to score?
Dallas delayed. A 41-yard touchdown pass.
Yep.
And just like that, into the game, I kept 6-0.
Yep. It's, like I said, high scoring team. Got to shut them down. They're already in the groove. They just scored, like I said. You said 4 plays?
The pass was on the money. Just a simple wheel route down the side. The kick is up, and it is not only into the dumpster area, but over it. Actually.
Yeah,
It's just like if you've been to Memorial Stadium before, he kicked it into the woods.
It's in the woods. We call that the woods, right, Juan?
And you got to love a kicker wearing number 86.
Yeah. Oh, number 86.
So just like that, Eastside Catholic comes out. They get a punt return and run one play. And it is 7 for Eastside Catholic, 0 for Stanwood. And the band is going to be right in front of us, and they're going to be booming all night, it sounds like.
Yeah, that Eastside Catholic, like I said, they covered the field. They're all of 53 1/3 yards wide. I mean, they spread you out. There's nothing but natural holes in there, too. So it's going to be a daunting task for Stanwood. They're a good team. They're ranked 15 in the state, but their draw was to bring Eastside Catholic number 2?
That's right. Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station, our community radio station, under the shadow of the Space Needle glowing tonight, John. And what did we say in our measurements? 280 yards away.
280 yards away.
People are up there looking right down in this game. They want to come down to the game, hey.
And they're getting it for free.
Here goes the kick. Stanwood has the ball at the 6-yard line, starts running up the field. There's a little bit of a crease. But that was number 11.
Yeah.
And that is Isaiah Hughes, number 11, who plays a number of roles for Stanwood. I believe he's their receiver. He's one of their receivers, but certainly he had about 119 yards and 3 touchdowns in receiving this year. But obviously they're looking to do it on the ground.
They didn't have much success on that last go-around, so let's see what happens here.
Ryder Bumgardner.
Yeah.
So the give, they go 121, the wing T, buck sweep, the classic play to the offense's right.
Offense's right.
That was a tough run right there by number 38 for Stanwood. That is Carson Beck, and he made a tough run and picked up about 7 yards, and they executed that to perfection, running the buck sweep. And as Butch Gontcharoff, the former coach of Bellevue, he used to say that, hey, we want to celebrate yards of the runs of 3.5 yards.
Yes.
And sometimes in the wing T offense, everyone expects the big plays.
No, you just grind it out.
And so forth.
And you grind it out.
I believe Eastside Catholic just had to take a timeout. They had 12 men on the field. So they took a timeout and they had to replace a guy. Let's see what they're doing. Actually, no, it was an official's timeout. Excuse me. There was something wrong with the uniform or the equipment on one of the players for Eastside Catholic, so they come off.
Well, I'm not a fan of the little T-shirt showing down at the bottom of the jersey. I don't know why. I'm old school.
Moscotti brings him to the line of scrimmage.
They
run, if you're familiar with the wing T offense, the belly play.
Right.
Just off tackle to the right.
And that means, that belly play, you just put the ball in the belly of the running back. That's what that is.
They cross block it. The tackle blocks down, the guard kicks the guy out, and he picks up 3 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down and 1. This is what Stanwood is looking to do.
Yeah. These are tough yards. They are fighting for every yard they're getting. It's not an easy go. Eastside Catholic is shutting down a lot of that stuff.
There you go. They run the sweep to the
here we
left.
go.
He cuts up into the hole. He doesn't get it.
They got it.
The disciplined running back, if he would have went to the outside, he might have been able to carry it, but he's probably been coached go up into the hole. He went up to the hole. Eastside Catholic had that completely diagnosed.
Their linebackers reacted very well, and they scraped along that line of scrimmage, stayed in good position. The cutback didn't work.
Logan Villarreal was the ball carrier. And he was stuck at the line of scrimmage. And look at this, Stanwood. 7 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball on their own 34. They're going for it. 4th down and 1. Hey, to beat Eastside Catholic, we're going to have to do some of this.
Yes. Oh, they're loaded on the line of scrimmage. They got 8 guys up there.
And the coach for Stanwood, the head coach for Stanwood, he looks at that box.
And he says, 8 guys?
No. Jeff Skoma, the head coach for Stanwood, says, you know something? Let's go ahead and have a conversation about this and send out the punt team.
Yeah, they got the punt team coming out. It looks
They're
like
walking out, and it was a good move just to kind of look at it, but probably better off going ahead and probably getting rid of this football and seeing if you can make a chance of it.
Yeah, that was
Rainier Avenue Radio.world, Juan Cotto, and the coach, John Yasutaki here. 7:28 to go in the first quarter. Eastside Catholic 7, Stam 0. Let me tell you something. If you are having dinner anywhere near downtown Seattle and South Lake Union, come on down, watch a little high school football. Absolutely perfect night for it. Get outside. Get out. Don't sit in your house or apartment. Get out and live a little bit. This pandemic's had us all shut down. Come out and see the kids as we are telling the stories of children in our community. And right now it's 7-0 Eastside Catholic. Stanwood gets the ball off a punt.
Good punt.
And it gets by Sanidad at the 34-yard line. I think he may have almost touched it. Did he touch the ball? No, and it goes out of bounds. The ball rolls almost 22 yards and goes out of bounds at the 12.
That was a lucky punt.
Just could not grasp that one.
Yeah, he made a try, and I was questioning whether he would want to try to field it when it's bouncing around like that, because and you teach it and I teach it, get away from the ball.
Absolutely.
If you can't field it clean, get the heck out of the way.
Eastside Catholic will start this drive at the 12-yard line. Their quarterback, and a really, really talented quarterback indeed. This is Brady McKetchner. He has him out there, number 10 for the Crusaders.
Split back shotgun.
They have looks like they are in, it's absolutely split backs.
In a shotgun.
Two wide receivers to the right, one to his left. Claps his hands twice, and he gives the ball to the running back.
Oh, there's a hole there, too.
Makes a couple of nice moves, and they bring him down.
Yep.
Little quick game they're trying to run. That was the running back number 25.
He had a couple of lanes to go. He could have cut back inside, or he took it outside. I mean, there are holes on that line.
That was Chase Hende with the carry.
Again, that's what that's. Juan, you coach. You're a coach.
Yep.
That spread forces you to change the way you configure your defense.
Oh, absolutely. And the way they spread with the big line split running game.
Big line splits.
You have those big guys chasing you a little bit. And Eastside Catholic with those quick linemen, absolutely.
And they spread the field. I mean, they're across the whole width of the football field. And that is a lot of ground to cover,
Something happened over there, and Coach Dominic Dobbs called timeout. Yeah. And so he looks down at his assistant coaches, and looks like they didn't have something that he wanted in personnel. Yeah. So he calls a timeout to kind of straighten things out. Let me tell you something. When Dominic is in the room, he is a presence.
Yeah.
He is a big fella. If you haven't seen him before, obviously a former Husky lineman, and you can only imagine the kind of presence that he brings. And he is having a little conversation with some of his linemen right now and doing a little teaching, as we say.
As they say, but, and doing it demonstrably. But, you can't argue with success. Again, this is one of the highest rated teams nationally, too. They're
formation.
Right. T left.
The give, and that was just a simple belly play.
Yep.
And it is
Lost.
but not after he picked up maybe a yard.
No, yeah.
A yard.
He almost
maybe 3.
A couple.
Maybe 3. That was Ryder Bumgardner with a carry. And coach, I mean, hey, if you pick up 3 yards on a cloud of dust, you're not doing bad.
No, go a couple more times and you almost got a first down. But yeah, there wasn't much there, and he still gained a couple yards, which is pretty good.
They go wing T right formation.
Hey, they're offset. They're unbalanced line.
They give to the fullback, and it's
oh my goodness, they shut that one down.
Almost like they studied the Bellevue offense. Just a lot of the things that the quarterback and they do. Nice looking fakes and
ball fakes.
The trickery.
And they did an unbalanced line to the right, and they,
just not catching Eastside Catholic. They probably studied film all week, and once you play Bellevue, you're so familiar with the wing T offense.
Yeah.
You can certainly execute. It just Eastside Catholic is very stout up the middle. They come running out. They're in the wing left formation. The receiver to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. To give to the fullback. No, they go outside to the wing back. Nice looking getaway run by number 15.
He stayed at home.
They certainly did.
They stayed at home. They didn't let them get outside. They didn't bite on that inside handoff fake. And they're playing good contained defense, man, on that line of scrimmage. This is 4th down. They've actually gone backwards for the last 2 plays.
Too many numbers. The running back was number 15, but he's got I assume that was Kenyon Baumgartner, maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but nevertheless, they lost 4 yards, whoever that running back was, and now they're in wing right formation. The wing back goes in motion. The quarterback follows. He got him.
Whoa!
He gets hit. The ball comes out. The ball comes out, and the big man picks it up, number 55 from Eastside Catholic. And we have a bunch of stuff going on. Flags flying on the sideline as the Eastside Catholic edge the rusher just came and crushed the quarterback. The ball came out in the pile, and we will see what happened. Big and number 55 for Eastside Catholic, and that is JJ. LJ Emo, I believe that is his name.
Got the ball, He smashed it.
He picked up the football, started running where the ball was recovered. They're going to give the ball to Eastside Catholic on the 43-yard line. The call was a sideline issue, sideline interference down here on our side.
They were out on the field.
We are on the north grandstand, and we are not in the press box because we don't want to walk that far anymore.
That is a long walk.
It is. So we are down just above the Eastside Catholic team on the 45-yard line. Coach Yashitaki and I are. 7 Eastside Catholic, 0 Stanwood. 1:03 to go in the first quarter. And the ball is spotted now at the 37-yard line.
They're in that big time spread. They're in that big time spread, Juan.
2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They've got Chase back there with the quarterback. And that is Brady McCumber back there. He takes a couple steps back. He's going for it all. He's going for it all. He hits number 3 wide receiver. He was open.
The defender had his head turned the wrong way.
You saw that.
Had his head turned the wrong way, and that pass got in there.
Andrew Montgomery. I'm probably wrong on that. Martirano.
Yeah.
Andrew Martirano.
Good play.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Catches the ball at the 30-yard line, is dragged down inside the 20 on a beautiful throw and catch by Eastside Catholic.
Pass was right there, and it helped that the defender had his head turned the wrong way. And like I said, that spread creates so many problems because you've got receivers running free. That guy, like I said, he could have had us pick. There was another receiver going in the middle on a drag.
First down and 10, ball on the 15-yard line. Eastside Catholic going through their signals.
Yeah.
Everyone looking over at the sideline. 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. This is a game of 2 big plays.
Yeah.
46-yard touchdown pass.
And this last.
To Dallas in the first play of the game, really.
Right.
Now this big lightning bolt right here after a big hit on the quarterback.
Yep.
And right before Emo, number 55. It looks like an Emo parent right there, or an Emo family member wearing the
he
poncho.
picked the ball up and he did the right thing. He was heading to the goal line.
He sure was.
Yeah.
Emo, looks like he is the left guard for Eastside Catholic on offense. He's an Iron Man playing both ways.
Yeah.
Recovered the ball and said, I'm going to try to run.
They got trips left. Spread.
Ball on the 15-yard line, 40 seconds to go.
One setback.
They're going through their signals. It's about a 3-step.
Oh, he's wide open.
Oh, couldn't catch it. Through to the left side, and that was Dallas.
Yep. And he came across the field. He was wide open.
Dallas got the touchdown pass and was really set up to get another one,
right.
And just dropped it.
Dropped the ball.
And getting a little lecture. Looks like number 12 over there for Stanwood's talking to him about it.
Yep.
Just telling him, hey, it may be the gloves.
Get in his head. If you can't get in his body, get in his head,
They're talking it up a little over there. We'll see what happens.
This inside receiver is wide open because this guy, he closed the gap because he was 15 yards off.
They go with the run.
That hole. Got him somersaulted forward.
That was not Chase. That was number 28 with the carry.
Yeah. Who is that?
That is, I'm trying to get the name there. Mason Obi with the carry.
Yeah. He took a somersault in there.
He took a little bit. He got hit low and went right over the top.
Yeah, somersaulted in there.
Here comes Eastside Catholic back at it. Bringing their ball up to the line of scrimmage. And they call timeout. So I believe that was either that was the end of the quarter.
End of the quarter.
We had a quarter. So after one quarter, it is Eastside Catholic 7, Stanwood 0. Juan Cotto and the coach, John Yasutaki, under the shadow of space. Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio's coverage of the state football playoffs from Memorial Stadium, Leon Brigham Field. Daniel, do you want to make a report?
Yes, I do, Juan, because number 1 Bellevue Wolverines are in a dead heat. Yeah. Coming into the half with 30 seconds left, it is all knotted up at 21 apiece with 16-seeded Lakes. The Lake Lancers of the Pierce County League stroke first with an 80-yard run. Bellevue answered. Lake scored. Bellevue answered. Lake scored. Bellevue answered. It is 21 all, almost halftime for the number 1 seeded Bellevue Wolverines. A surprise in the making. Maybe a legendary first-round game, possibly. We'll see what happens in the second half of those folks. But the Bellevue Wolverines, who are the most highest-scoring team in 3A this year, and have allowed the fewest points, both.
And you got the second highest scoring team, Eastside Catholic, right out here.
Well, actually, John, they're the 16th.
16th? Oh, okay. I thought they were up
there.
Let's look at the history of this, guys. Let me tell you something.
They haven't run up the score this year, that's all.
Here we go.
Wide open.
Back to pass. He runs to his left. This is the quarterback with the ball and takes a big jarring hit.
But he was wide open, though.
Brady Brady McKellar. I've been struggling with the pronunciation of that
Close
name.
enough.
I've got to get some of those Altoids and put them in my teeth and maybe have them there and hold them. Brady McKellar with the carry. He ran to his left, took a big hit, flipped over the top.
Just a bit short, yeah.
He was just a little bit short of the first down marker at the 15-yard line, lined up with 2 receivers to his left, to his right, just started to run. And now here comes Dallas.
Shotgun,
Delay.
Double set.
Dallas Delay back there. He's got a little bit of a wildcat.
Wide open.
There
Touchdown.
he goes, right up the middle. They had 2 running backs go across.
Split back, right.
And opened up the middle, and Delay just walked into the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like a full house backfield, and he just took the ball and walked up the middle of the field.
The Wildcat, we saw Miles Gaskin, the former O'Day running back, do that for the Miami Dolphins a couple of weeks ago, and Delay made it look just that simple. So with 11:10 to go in the second quarter. It is Eastside Catholic 13, Stanwood 0. And we've got the big man, number 86, Carson Russell, out there.
Kicking. He's the kicker. Oh, bad snap. But he got it up.
I'll tell you what, Carson's got a rocket for a leg.
Yeah.
Carson has got a rocket for a leg. It may be the strongest leg I've seen all year. As he bounces one off of the Leon H. Brigham scoreboard. But that makes the score Eastside Catholic 14, Stanwood nothing, 11:10 to go in the second quarter.
Well, it's pretty much as we called it, I think, Juan. I kind of told you on the luck of the draw, Stanwood rated, I think, at 15th or 16th in the state against number 2, Eastside Catholic.
You are here with the coach, John Yasutaki, and Juan Cotto at Rainier Avenue Radio World. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, just an absolutely gorgeous night in Seattle, Washington. And let me tell you something. If you are a Seattleite, for wherever you're listening, we went through it weather-wise this week. We had everything. Whatever you liked, we had it.
Tornado.
We had tornadoes. We had sun. We had clear weather out to the mountains.
Flooding.
We had flooding. And then we had just 2 days where I thought Noah was out counting for animals to put onto a big boat out of the Puget Sound. I mean,
you were looking for that. Yes, I was too.
And I was thinking to myself as I was looking out this morning, geez, I mean, I'm going to have to call the game in that. And then all of a sudden about 3:30, 4 o'clock, it just crystal clear.
Cleared.
And here we are.
Yep. I was thinking wet weather play, right?
The kick.
Good kick.
Fielded by number 11 for Stanwood. Makes a nice little move.
Nice cut.
And what a ball. That was a good.
He fumbled the ball.
He put the ball on the ground, but I think they got it back.
I think, they got it back. But, man, he made a nice move, came up the seam, and then he dropped the ball.
Isaiah Hughes with the return, starting at about his 2-yard line, and he starts running up the field. He made a little hitch step.
Yep.
I guess it's all I can call it, kind of a Euro step. And
he made it.
Football, and he got some moves going. Then he gets hit by an Eastside Catholic defender, and then all of a sudden the ball's on the ground.
Yeah, he drops the ball.
So Stanwood will start this at the 29-yard line. Just a simple dive around the belly, and
shut it down.
Something.
Yeah.
Everybody from Eastside Catholic is there.
Yep. They're not getting any push of any kind, Juan.
Well, if you look at the Eastside Catholic front four, including Mr. Emo, I mean, that's a stout bunch.
They're solid. They are solid.
10:38 to go first quarter. Eastside Catholic 14, Stanwood 0.
Yep.
And I like the way Stanwood runs out of their huddle. They sprint to the football, get themselves lined up. They're in wing left. The receiver over to his right. Signals to give. And looked like they were going to run the belly option.
Yeah, they were faking that pitch. They're faking that pitch sweep, and it didn't fool anybody. Again, they are not. You got to get a push on the line of scrimmage of any kind to give your backs places to run. Because if you push your defensive lineman off, you give alleys for the backs to run. If you don't get a push, you can't get your back out of the backfield.
Wing T football, they're blocking on angles and blocking down.
Exactly.
And they got to get those angles. And let me tell you,
push them off.
These guys, they're well adept to defending this offense. Having seen it a lot over the years. They go with the counter play.
And it's shut
down.
The
ball got on the ground.
I think it sure looked like it got loose. No, they got it back, but nothing. They actually lost on that play.
The counter play is blown up on the right-hand side, as you say, or the left-hand side of the formation, came back, and it was the belly counter.
Right.
Quarterback reverse pivots inside, and Eastside Catholic was there. I think that was Mr. Emo again.
Yep.
I think he had a little bit to do with that.
Yeah. And I was telling people earlier that you look at the quarterback and look at the face of a clock as you look at it goes 12, 3, 6, 9. Those are the places where he turns. He did a 360, and they shut it down.
J.D. McLaughlin.
Good high punt.
Senator catches it at the 46-yard line, makes a nice move, gets a block. He cuts back at the 30-yard line.
He's gone.
15, to the 10, and Drew Sanadad.
Yep.
is in the end zone.
No flags. That was a great return. It almost seemed like Stanwood was slowing down and giving up on that play. I think they thought he was going to get caught on the sideline. He made that cut back up and ran it down the sideline to a touchdown.
Sanidad with the acceleration down the
Right.
left sideline.
Got one block, and that's all he needed,
And
right?
he was gone.
He was gone. It didn't it seem like they kind of let up on you, Stanwood?
I just think they got blocked.
Yeah.
Maybe, and obviously they're probably a little tired. Probably a little tired over there on that Stanwood side.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that Eastside Catholic will wear you down.
Yep, they will.
The kick is true, and just like that, with 8:47 to go in the second quarter, it is Eastside Catholic 21, Stanwood 0.
Yep. This is pretty true to form. Eastside Catholic is doing what they do best. Control the game. This was a special team play, so in all phases, offense, defense, special teams. So far, so good.
Juan Cotto. The coach, John Yasutake. Eastside Catholic. Stanwood. Leon H. Reagan Field. The first round of the state playoffs. Last week, of course, being the preliminary round. 32 teams cut down to 16. Today, the first weekend of the state playoffs. Drew Sanidad on the punt return. I had him at a 55-yard punt return.
Very close to that, yes. Yes, very good.
Drew Sanidad, the son of Raul Sanidad, who grew up on Beacon Hill with us. Went to West Seattle, scholarship in baseball to Gonzaga University, worked at Boeing for 100 years.
Really? Hey,
Oh, yeah, good brother. He might be here in the stand somewhere tonight if I can grab him. I'd love to interview him.
Yeah.
Lots of stories I'd love to share with that man. But two beautiful boys. His older boy was Eastside Catholic star and played a little baseball at Oregon down at Washington State as Hughes takes the ball at the 20-yard line. He makes a nice cut. He climbs up. And this is a real game.
Yeah.
This is a real game, Stanwood. I'll tell you, Isaiah Hughes, nice run.
Yeah.
They're not giving up, Coach.
No, they're not. And but I saw they dropped the penalty flag. I think I know it's going to be.
I think they're going to say sideline warning again. The Eastside Catholic team is just not back far enough, and they're running into the officials. But we'll see what the call is. That's what my guess is from a guy throwing the flag from the far side of the field. In this case, over here. The coach, John Yasutake, and Juan Cotto, right in front of the space needed.
Holding. Yeah, I thought it was holding on that because he threw that right on the spot where the guy was trying to cut up field. And they're, what gets me, Juan, when you get a call behind the play.
Yes.
And it has nothing to do with what's happening on the play. And you get called because you got to learn to detach. Don't, that was the case last week where Garfield was playing. Oh, my gosh.
Here comes Stanwood.
Yep.
They go ahead and they run the
they shut it again. They're not getting.
I don't think they're going to get the trap tonight, Coach.
Nope. They're not getting any. You got to get a push of some kind. If you can't control the line of scrimmage and get a push on there, all of that backfield faking is for nothing.
Emo comes out of the game. He's limping off.
Hopefully he's okay.
Looks like he got dinged down in maybe the ankle area. Stanwood comes up after a gain of absolutely 0.
I like the way they hustle, though. They're up to the line.
Scotty's got him at the line of scrimmage, wing to the left, split into the right. They go outside. They run sweep to the outside.
Nothing there.
Eastside Catholic is there.
They're not, again, it's going to sound like a broken record, Juan. They're not getting any push of any kind. Any kind of fake or anything doesn't mean anything.
No, Eastside Catholic is reading the keys to the offense.
Yep.
They're reading their keys. They're not getting slayed by the fakes.
They're not out of position.
They're going to where they are supposed to go. Very well coached defense.
Yep.
And my hat's off to Coach Dominic Doss. And I'm sure that the gentleman over there by the name of Jess Skoma, he's probably just saying, hey, look, we got to figure this out here.
Yep.
Wing to the right. They go to the outside belly. play, and that's a nice run by number 15.
But they shut it down. I mean, this one-on-one out there, and the guy still was able to get his hands on the runner. And
Canyon Bumgardner on the carry.
So
he breaks out to the left on the outside belly play, which really didn't freeze anybody over on the far side of the field.
Nope.
Eastside Catholic.
Right.
He does pick up 4 yards, though, and that's going to set up a punt here by J.T. McLaughlin.
Exactly what you called. There was an isolation out there, and it still didn't make as many yards to get a first down.
6:45, 6:44, 6:43 to go. Eastside Catholic 21. Stanwood 0, second quarter.
Whoa, watch out. Oh, my gosh.
Just gets it off.
Just got it
that
off.
Ball out of bounds. They're going to try to stay away from Sanidad this time. Ball went out of bounds near the 43-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
Yep.
Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 43.
42. Speaking of baseball, you are our baseball guru, Mr. Koto. What are you looking for in terms of this upcoming season?
I'm looking for the traditional teams will probably be dominant. In the private school side, Eastside Catholic,
O'Day,
Seattle Prep, Blanchette. I mean, they will always be good, and perennial they're good. On the city side of things, I mean, obviously the Ingram Rams are trying to build a program up there. Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And the Garfield Bulldogs, they are not bad, Coach.
Yeah. Okay.
We saw that a lot last year. And spring is just around the corner. As the quarterback for Eastside Catholic gets pulled down in the backfield by number 1, the punter.
Yeah.
Linebacker, J.T. McLaughlin.
Good play.
Nice looking play by McLaughlin. Gets back there, and he knew what to do when he gets to the quarterback. He just kind of slung him to the ground.
Yep.
Didn't do anything egregious.
Yeah, kind of spun him around on like a top. Yeah.
I didn't like him standing over the top of him, but that's just me.
Yeah.
6:03 to go here in the second quarter. Eastside Catholic 21, Stanwood 0.
One setback. They got 3 left, and they got 1 wide right. Again, this super spread offense. My goodness, they got some serious line splits.
The throw right down the middle, and there's Dallas again.
Oh, my goodness.
Dallas delay. Brady McKelner fires a land rocket to Dallas delay, and he didn't drop that one, Coach.
No, he didn't drop that one. And you know what? I'm watching the Stanwood defender. They're not reacting. They're in position, but they're not reacting.
I think he changed gloves. If I'm not mistaken, he had white gloves on.
Now he's got black ones.
With the black gloves.
Black gloves.
That's just me. And I think the glove change certainly helped him. Coach Gass is saying, "Hey, nice
that's a draw play. It didn't go anywhere."
It did not. Delayed play to Chase, number 25, and he is dragged down rudely.
A delay draw, and it didn't fool anybody.
It did not.
No, I'm going to keep my eye on that secondary at Stanwood because, like I said, they're running. It looks like a 3. Yeah, the 3 deep. Well, they're bringing the corner up. Yeah, well, they have to, but they got one single back.
You got to stop the run if you're playing Eastside Catholic. That's for sure.
Yep.
The throw is it caught? No, it is not. A diving catch over there. What an effort by number 83 for Eastside Catholic.
But he was open.
Jaden Reyes. Yeah, he was open.
Yep.
Just couldn't come up with
the And again, and the Stanwood looks like when they go to when they configure their defense, they go to a cover 1 because there's only one safety right in the middle of the field. So, but I don't know. It just seems like they're not reacting to those receivers in their area. Trips left this time.
Brady McKelner kind of bobbing and weaving, trying to call his plays. They've got a single stack in one area over here on the left and then a third receiver. So they looks like who's going to call timeout this time? Looks
the
like
East side.
Call.
Yeah, East side has to because they would have got a delay again.
It looks like Dominic and the offensive coordinator were just kind of yelling at the receiver stack over here. So they had 2 guys stacked up in a slot formation.
Right.
1 guy off to the left of that.
So they had three on this side, 1 on the far side. But something was going on. He kept looking over on this side,
4:41 to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 12 play. Ball is on the 27-yard line. You are with the coach, John Yasutaki and Juan Cotto on Rainier Avenue Radio World. Broadcast of the state playoffs This is the round of 16. This is when it really starts to get interesting in
Yep.
Washington State.
The cream, as they say, rises to the top when you get to this point in the playoffs.
4 minutes and 41 seconds to go. They stay in that same formation.
Yep.
Kind of a stacked slot.
Stack,
to the left.
yeah, exactly, stack.
Split in outside of them. One receiver to his right. McKellar rolls to his left. He's getting chased by everybody, it seems. And he throws a ball right to the hands of number 15. That is Baumgartner down the right sideline. Will they catch him? Dallas
No, they
the
will not.
tries to catch him, and he is into the end zone.
Yep, that was a great defensive play. And he's got some speed because they had angles on him, and he outran the angle.
Canyon Baumgartner down the right side for a 75-yard touchdown return. And that will make the score just like that. Eastside Catholic 21, Stanwood 6. Nice read by Canyon Baumgartner. He turned, he picked up the football, he picked it off, and he was gone.
He didn't change direction. He just went down the sideline to the touchdown.
And he showed some speed.
He showed speed. He outran the angles. People were trying to close him on the pursuit angle, and he outran the pursuit angles.
4:25 to go in the second quarter, and that kind of perks things up a little bit.
Yep.
And obviously, Stanwood has a little bit of speed out there. Canyon Baumgartner.
Oh, bad snap.
Bad snap.
Oh.
But that's all right because, hey, you can go from 2 from this point on.
Yeah.
You can, the way they play modern football. Daniel, do we have an update? I'm intrigued by what's going on in Bellevue.
The halftime is just about to complete here with the Bellevue Wolverines and Lakes all knotted up at 21. The halftime is almost over, but we're really looking forward to this second half with the 16th seeded Lakes Lancers all knotted up with the Bellevue Wolverines. We don't know what's going to happen, but this second half is going to be quite a slugfest of scoring.
It sounds like whoever has the ball last may win.
Which is exactly what happened with Stanwood when they upset Lincoln to even make these state playoffs. They had the ball last against Lincoln, winning about 40-35.
Wow.
And that is why Stanwood, this is their third appearance in the state tournament in their history.
Wow.
The Stanwood Spartans.
Up north.
Coming down here and giving the Eastside Catholic Crusaders a little bit of a game.
Yep.
So, hey, we're not going to give up. We're going to go ahead and intercept the pass, score a touchdown, play some tough defense.
Yeah, the only drawback is you got to kick the ball back to Eastside Catholic.
That is the only tough thing about it, isn't it?
Yes, just like this last game, O'Day. The other team scored, but they had to kick it back to O'Day, who scored.
J.T. McLaughlin's kick.
Oh.
And they kind of pooched this one out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be, yep.
Don't want to kick that ball to Drew Saturday. That's what they're
I know, exactly. It looks like they figured out who's the return guy. They don't want to get the ball. So
here comes Eastside Catholic, and it'll be really interesting to see. Let's see how the quarterback, Brady McKellar here, how he responds to the interception.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys get a little bit timid.
Yeah.
We'll see if Brady comes back and he can kind of figure some things out here and get the ball into the hands of his playmakers.
Well, that was just he should have just kept the ball, run out of bounds or throw it out of bounds instead of trying to hit a receiver on the run. Just a mistake.
Dominic Nass over on the sideline, always teaching, always
They got to
coaching.
cover one.
Having a little word with Chase as the give goes up the middle. And that's a tough run.
Tough run. That's about 6 yards. 6 yards.
That's a whole
pretty close. 6 yards.
Not bad.
Not bad. You saw the same thing I do. He kept his feet moving, moved that ball. That really helps your average if you can get 5 yards every time you carry the ball, right, Juan?
Always want to. Hey, that'll get you more touches.
Yep.
Mason Uribe on that carry. They give it to Uribe.
Oh, there's a big hole. Oh, my gosh.
He got a big opening, but
they should
tripped up at around the 44-yard line. Fell close to the first down. I think they give it to him.
Yeah, he did make it, but, man, he was one step away from going.
Mason Uribe with the first down. Eastside Catholic 21, Stanwood 6, 3:39 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah.
We will have updates all around the state of Washington at the half.
They're going to cover 3.
Again to Uribe.
Oh, good fake. Good.
Moves and weaves.
Yep.
Picks him about 5 yards.
Yep. The linebackers were backing off. They thought it was a pass, and that's how he made that 5-yard run. That's a good fake.
Call it 4 yards. It'll be
Yeah.
2nd down and 6. Ball is right at the 50.
Yeah.
The nose is right over the middle of the yard line.
Yep.
3:06 to go. Second quarter. Eastside Catholic 21.
Now they're faking a blitz. I don't know if they're coming. Oh, they are coming. Oh, nice cut. Oh, my goodness. He's running free.
Mason Uribe behind some really good blocking.
Yes.
Picks up 12 yards.
He made a nice cut, too, right in the middle
Darting,
of the,
darting and weaving through the line. And with 2:50 to go, that'll give them a first down. And them as Eastside Catholic, that'll give them a first down on the 39-yard line.
They're spread now, double wides on both sides. Oh, they got motion across. That's a little bit different. Unless they go trips right. Oh, they go to trips right.
McKillher calling the plays, claps his hands twice. But that doesn't get anybody to jump.
Yeah, they look.
All that does, everybody looks over at the sideline for Eastside Catholic.
Yep.
3 to his right, 1 to his left. He's got the back to his right. That's a rebate again.
They reset him.
McKillher looks twice, goes with second option, and there's a catch right there.
Actually, yeah, that was interesting because you had 2 Eastside Catholic receivers right in the same place. The tall guy got the pass. You saw that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Gabe Hoffman.
He's about 6 foot.
Gabe Hoffman is, he's a tall. He's about 6'4",
Yeah.
6'5",
Tall guy.
and he's really stretching out those 8s on that 88.
Yeah.
He comes over in the slot.
There he is.
McKillher brings him to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, he's a load though, man. If he gets on those little defensive backs, man. Good cut.
Goes
Oh.
a nice little scout run. I believe that was Chase back in the ball game.
Yep.
Had a little lecture from Coach Dominic. Dominic kind of talked to him a little bit. Now Chase is back out there. This will bring up 3rd down, and it's going to bring him about, I want to say 4 yards to go.
Yeah.
1:21 to go before the half. The Elite 16, the state championships on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. 2
Oh.
rows left, 1 in the slot. They bring that big man across the
Oh,
formation.
nice cut.
A nice cut by Chase.
Oh.
He spins out of a tackle. He spins out of another tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
Finally brought down at the 11 and make it the 9-yard line. He got inside the 10.
He almost gained 20 yards on just his spinning and moving, spinning and running. I mean, doggone that. He kicked out of about 4 tackles, Juan.
Chase Emden. Give the Chase again.
Delay.
Chase. Nice little play up the middle.
I think they got a hold in there, though.
A flag comes flying in.
It's going to be a hold,
Here
I
come the
believe.
whistles. Yeah, there was a flag. And let's see what the referee in the backfield, he's the one that fired the flag in the quickest. So he obviously saw it, and he's calling signal right now.
It was holding.
Calling a holding against Eastside Catholic.
Yep.
Will still be first down.
Yeah, he threw that so fast and the running in right near where the hole was. I figured it was a hold.
Coach, have you been to Climate Pledge Arena yet?
No, but I keep looking at it and keep wondering what it would be like in Climate Pledge
Well,
with all the displays and things that they have, you know.
The Kraken took a tough one last night.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what the pledge is as DJ Delay back there at quarterback. He goes ahead and claps his hands, catches a snap, and he runs up.
He's not even down. I mean, he's still on his feet.
Picks up about 6 yards before the Stanwood defense greets him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something about this little Stanwood Spartans team. They're playing football.
Yeah, they're scrappy.
They are not going to back down. That was Logan Schweitzer bringing a little bit of leather and saying, "Hey, man, I'm still out here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
I'm going to wrap you up." Nice little play by Schweitzer to stop the momentum for about a gain of 5.
Yeah, like that line of Dustin Hoffman in Midnight Cowboy. I'm here. Or whatever, you know.
Hey, 27 seconds to go. Eastside Catholic 21, Stanwood 6. The Space Needle looking just beautiful, glowing. The relic of the 1962 Wells Fair.
That's the year Rick Dupree was born.
So much triumph, so much hope, so much was expressed during that wonderful 62 World's Fair. Century 21 here in Seattle. A look at the future, and it inspired a generation of people by the name of Gates and Allen and so many others that have had impact in the Seattle area and really the international community. as Microsoft and some of these companies have gone on to really generate not only a global economy, but put Seattle on the map. And underneath that shadow, we're playing football as McKeeler takes a throw and he fires complete to the wide receiver, the outside receiver for Eastside Catholic, number 8, and he's rooted very, very hard by the Stanwood defense.
And they hurry up. They got it.
Jacoby with that catch. Evan Jacoby. They give to McKeller. He's looking, starts to scramble. He runs. He's at the 5-yard line. He comes to the right. Will he get into the end zone? Yes, he will. He scrambled on a broken play.
Broken play and poor tackling.
Could not get the Stanwood defenders, just kind of broke down a little bit. And he just moved to his right. Brady McKeeler with a 6-yard touchdown run that puts Eastside Catholic up 27-6 over Stanwood
with no time.
0-0-0 on the clock.
Yeah. You're the defensive coordinator for Stanwood. That should never have happened.
Carson Russell, the ball is down. The kick is true. Bounces off the scoreboard as Eastside Catholic and their team start heading to the locker room with a 28-6 lead at the half. And Brady McKellar's run just fired me up. What a great individual effort. I think he made up for the interception. He wanted that when he got in there.
Oh, yeah. He had more desire than Stanwood did to stop him, because he broke a couple tackles breaking through there.
So just like that, with all the running of the football by Stanwood, this half is over. And although we had 5 touchdowns, it probably lasted about 50 minutes.
Yeah. It moved pretty quick. All right.
So we will now go to Daniel Bellis, who will bring us up to date on some of the games around the area, including the number 1 team in the state in a dogfight.
That's right, Juan. In a total dogfight, the third quarter has just started. It is still 21-all. Lakes, 16th seeded against number 1 seeded Bellevue, who's basically had a wonder of a season, 10-0, leading both in points scored and points allowed, and just beating on everybody so far this year. They have not played a single close game, but they're in the middle of one right now against the Lake Lancers, who are the third. They were the third team to come out of the Pierce County League at 6-3, but they are giving the Bellevue Wolverines all that they can handle, and it is crazy over there in Bellevue, as we are at the half with Eastside Catholic over Stanwood, 28-6 in the number 2 seeded Eastside Catholic Crusaders, whose only loss this season was to Valor, Colorado.
Right. And
that was no contest. They got their butts beaten that game. I think it was like 60-0 or something like that. Yeah. So the national stage was watching that one. It was a chance for Eastside Catholic to prove themselves, and they did not.
That Colorado team was that Colorado team was nationally rated, though.
Yes, that Colorado team was nationally rated. I think they are top 20 in the nation.
Exactly.
The Eastside Catholic Crusaders in the last couple of attempts at national games have been rudely greeted by the opposition. I know they played a team from Georgia a couple of years ago when they won the state championship, and they played in a national game on ESPN, and that game was that game turned into a boat race pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only team here in Washington State that is recognized on a national platform in any division is Graham Kapowski in 4A.
Right.
They're the only team that's really being recognized by the nation at this moment. But, whoever ends up being the state champions this year, it gives them an opportunity next year to get that national spotlight. But usually the nation's not going to recognize you unless you grab that state championship trophy.
Right.
Yeah, and
you are listening to Juan Cotto. You're listening to Daniel Bellis. You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World's coverage of the state football playoffs. Eastside Catholic 28, Stanwood 6. And Daniel Bellis bringing us the updates from games throughout the state. The number 1 ranked Bellevue Wolverines in a dogfight right now with Lakes. And obviously, if you know the history of the Washington State football, Lakes has produced some players, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right.
Wolverines and Lancers. Cat fight. That's funny, John. Actually, Bellevue just put in a score, so now they lead 28-21. There is 8 minutes left in the third quarter there. But, hey, let's take a look at the bracket and throw it on your screen there if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Over there, obviously, O'Day grabbing the first game of the first round with just a pounding of Kelso for the second year in a row. Obviously, 2020 was skipped state playoffs, so 2019 they gave Kelso the goose egg. This year, Kelso was able to score 13, but same result. O'Day moves on, 52-13. They will play next weekend the winner of Kennewick, which is hosting Spanaway Lake. Spanaway Lake from the Pierce County League, just like Lakes is. And Spanaway Lake, although they had some earlier issues with COVID earlier in the season, that is one reason why they've only played 6 games compared to some other teams. But Kennewick from the Mid-Columbia Conference champions there. They're the 6th seed. They're hosting Spanaway Lake tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And also taking place at 1 o'clock, Mount Spokane playing at Arlington. You got the Greater Spokane champion Mount Spokane will be at the Westco team Arlington. That going at 1 o'clock. That is the whoever will win this game will play. So whoever wins, if Eastside Catholic holds on, they will play the winner of Mount Spokane at Arlington, which plays tomorrow at 1. So these games, of course, second round will be next Friday and Saturday. And if you want to find out which games Rainier Avenue Radio will be hosting, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube, and you can. We'll be announcing who we're broadcasting next Sunday. So follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and you'll find out first on which games we will be broadcasting there. But yes, next weekend, the winner of Spanaway Lake at Kentwick will be here at O'Day. That is for certain because O'Day has moved on. And then the winner of Mount Spokane at Arlington will be facing the winner of this game, Stanwood versus Eastside Catholic. The rest of the bracket looks like this, and there are 3 more Metro teams to cover there. Seattle Prep, who moved in and with a shocking upset of the North Puget Sound League champion, I think Auburn, Mountain View, not Auburn Mountain View, but Mountain View. I mean, just a complete failure on the North Puget Sound League, though all 3 of their teams are out. Nobody's in the state for the North Puget Sound League. But Seattle Prep, the 13th, grabbing the 13th seed with that upset. They are at number 4, Yelm, with that contest kicking off at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Yelm being the South Sound Conference champions this year, and other than Bellevue, the other undefeated team at 9-0 so far this season. Garfield is at Marysville Pilchuck. The Bulldogs getting the 12th seed against Westco team Marysville Pilchuck, who's been rolling over teams all year long at a 9-1 record. The Bulldogs with a tough test there, but the winners of those 2 games will play each other in round 2. Seattle Prep at Yelm versus the winner of Garfield at Marysville Pilchuck. And then on the bottom rung of the thing, Lakes and Bellevue, which we have mentioned is currently in a cat fight, you could say, with Bellevue leading the Lancers of Lakes 28-21 early in the third quarter, 8 minutes left there. They will play the winner of Rainier Beach at Peninsula, with the Vikings at a 5-2 record, or a 5-3 if you count their COVID canceled game against O'Day. It depends who you ask with that one. But Peninsula of the South Sound Conference that are 7-1 on the year, they are hosting Beach at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So again, that last one there, Lakes at Bellevue, will play the winner of Rainier Beach at Peninsula next week there. And as we mentioned right before the half, last game, just a lot of controversy about Rainier Beach's placement this year. In fact, Corey Sampson, the coach of the Rainier Beach Vikings, has been extremely vocal on Twitter about why his team is given a loss while other teams that have had COVID canceled games, no losses. Not only that, he really believes that the Vikings deserve like a 7 or 8 seed, and that there may be a little bit of disrespect on the Rainier Beach Vikings. So he's coming in with all that, and you can read all of that on his Twitter account on his opinions about where his team has been seated as they're playing on the road at Peninsula. Yeah, not to mention their John, their losses have just been impressive to say single digits. One was to a 4A team, Eastlake, in the Memorial Classic. Eastlake is, I think, at the second seed in the 4A bracket. Their other loss by 1 point was to Eastside Catholic. You look at the other side, the team that they're playing at, Peninsula, they got their butts spanked by Bellevue in week 1. It wasn't even close.
Spent 4 months with the Rainier Beach Vikings last year. I think everyone knows that. I was on the staff with Corey Sampson, and what a great coaching staff he and Quentin Jackson and the Rainier Beach Vikings. And in my opinion, in my humble estimation, I've worked with some of the best coaches in the city of Seattle, and then obviously spent a lot of time working with some coaches throughout the state of Washington. In my opinion, Corey Sampson is the best high school football coach in the state of Washington. And
oh, wow. Even more than Monty Kohler of O'Day.
Yes, he is. And they will be, this I will tell you, they will be remarkably prepared tomorrow night. The kids will be motivated.
Tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock.
Tomorrow afternoon. They will be incredibly well prepared, and they're going to come out and they will give Peninsula a heck of a football game.
Yeah.
And Corey Sampson is simply, to me, one of the best football coaches in the state of Washington. And regardless of how the brackets shape up, wherever you put Rainier Beach, it's a tough out.
Oh, that is. Oh, we were here when they lost that game on a fumble, and they were getting ready to score to win the game against the 4A team, one of the top 4A teams in the state. Interesting.
It will be impressive to say the least, because right now Metro League this year has just had an outstanding performance, more than they ever had in recent years. They're 6-1 so far. Here in the postseason. Their only loss being Bishop Blanchette, who actually performed pretty well in their game in the district. But if Eastside Catholic moves on and wins this game, it's 7-1 for the Metro League. And then you got 3 teams playing tomorrow. And if Rainier Beach pulls an upset, that's 8-1. And then you got Garfield and Seattle Prep playing. And maybe those are a more tougher contests for the Metro teams. Marysville Pilch has been rolling over everybody all year long. They're only lost to Arlington.
You're pointing up a good point. The strength of the Metro League has benefited all the teams in the Metro League. When you look at teams like Richland, they play in a weak league, but they dominate a weak league. Kennewick is up there too, but as a whole, Pasco is not there anymore. And so what you have is the dominant one team that plays in a weaker division. The strength of that division to me is predicated on the strength of all the teams, not just one powerhouse team. And like I said, Richland is dominated. Kennewick is coming up. There was a time though when Richland, Kennewick, and Pasco were in as you say, a dogfight or a catfight to be number one because they all were comparable. But now it's really changed,
Well, Kennewick is now playing in 3A. Richland and
4A
and Pasco has moved to 4A.
Right.
But that is an interesting observation, John, about the Kennewick, who this year are the Mid-Columbia Conference champions. 9-1 record, but who have they played? There is some controversy on why are they giving the 6th seed to them. I mean, yes, they have won 9 out of 10 games. But who have they played?
But they haven't played anybody. Again, you got dominant teams that whip up on everybody, but the strength of their division is not there. And so how can you evaluate them when you talk about a Rainier Beach team that's playing in one of the tougher divisions in Metro League now? Because you're facing Eastside Catholic, O'Day, Garfield, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Seattle Prep. So it still seems inequitable, and I understand what Corey's concern is.
Yeah, Corey does drive a hard argument there,
Yeah.
but we want to know what you guys think on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. What do you think about Corey Sampson of Rainier Beach's argument? Should he be hosting that first-round playoff game against Peninsula, or does he even deserve a higher seat, a 7 or a 6? Let us know in the on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch there in the comments. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in and watching us live right here. But just want to take a quick look at Kennewick's schedule so far this year. Their website, I can't even wait a minute, just let me pull up another website, because that website wasn't working, as we are about less than a minute away from the second half of action here at Memorial Stadium, with Eastside Catholic leading 28-6. But as we try to pull up Kennewick's schedule, just to at the 6th seed, Kennewick. Let's see here. Who have they played this year? Walla Walla, Southridge, West Valley, Pasco, Hanford, Kamiakin, Hermanston, Chihuahua, Richland, and Timberland. Their one loss was to Kamiakin, who grabbed a high seed for the 4A.
Right.
But as far as I'm seeing Richland and Pasco here, who they actually beat pretty handily. It was 27-7 for against Richland, and it was 41-0. They gave Pasco a goose egg. So, an impressive year by Kennewick, to say the least. But do they get that 6th seed? I don't know.
No, the strength of that division, again, that Tri-City area has gone down. Pasco would always be there. Richland Bombers were always dominant. And now, like I said, it's unfair, because where you're seated determines who you play.
Maybe a little bit of that. How they always say East Coast bias. It's East State bias.
Yep. No, that's true.
Because they have representation equally, all the districts.
Yep.
On seating these tournaments. So a little bit of we're going to put our team because they play close to us.
Yeah, that's true. But then there again, when you talk about sports, we will be honest. The East Side is pretty much dominated in football. But when you talk about basketball statewide, it's always the inner city, the cities, Seattle, Tacoma, Spokane.
Because one sport definitely you have to play outside and be a little bit,
Yeah.
Whereas in the cities, you're inside, you're playing. It's more comfortable for a city person.
Do we have an extra headset? I have a young man here who I think we need to get on the air. I want to chat with him. This is Gio Perez Chaboya, the head coach of the Foster Bulldogs.
Oh, okay.
And a former offensive assistant at Eastside Catholic. And I just want to say, hey, Coach Chaboya, welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio.
Thanks for having me, Coach.
Man, I am so excited. First of all, I'm going to get that hat from you. Tell us about your year at Foster High School.
Well, it was a little bit of a rebuilding year. When I took over the program, there was only 8 kids signed up to play football. So I took over 2 weeks before the season started, and now we're up to 64 kids. And I think the foundation is there to really take it somewhere. And I think the future of Foster, it's going to be big. And in no way is our 2-4 record reflective of where we're going.
Coach John Yasutaki.
A Bulldog, but the Garfield Bulldog.
Okay.
But I love Bulldogs.
This young man here was a Highline Pirate, and congratulations to the Highline Pirates.
All right.
And the Highline Pirates in the 2A state championship.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
And you guys have the Purple Cup this year.
Yeah, trying to make it a rivalry, and
It is a little bit of a rivalry. Tell us about this Eastside Catholic football team, Gio. You have a unique experience with them. You, as Drew Sandoviad gets the football, he breaks to his right. He gets pulled by a defender at the 35-yard line and pulls his way up to the 40, where Eastside Catholic will start this drive. Obviously, you have a relationship with a lot of these kids out here.
Yeah, no, for sure. And when I first took over Foster, I had an interview and everybody was asking about did I leave because the program was going downhill or whatnot. But I was like, that has nothing to do with it at all. I left because it was a good opportunity for me. But I always knew that that Eastside Catholic was going to be good just because they have. I mean, you talk about coaches to coaches. There's a talent there.
Yeah.
And a heck of a program.
Oh, for sure, that program is there. It's going to be great, no matter who's an assistant coach there, because I think Dom does a great job of running the program, and I'm just trying to do what he's doing at Eastside at Foster.
Looking at the Stanwood Bulldogs team, Gio, they are a wing T team. What do they need to do to try to stay in this ball game in the second half?
They need to quit playing man.
Yeah.
They need to buck down to a cover 2 and back off a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here goes the kid right here to come up and make a nice tackle, but not before Chase gains about 5 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 5.
Well, what I saw is they were getting Eastside Catholic was just pushing the hell out of that defensive line, just getting them off the line of scrimmage. And if you can do that, you give back areas to run all over the field. Yeah.
For sure. And I think the one thing is they're giving Brady plenty of time to drop back and throw the ball, and that's what he specializes in.
Yeah.
Tell us about this Chase Hamden. He's a nice little running back and tough kid. He's tough as a $2 steak.
Oh, I love Chase. He's tough as nails, and I couldn't be any more proud of that kid. That's a kid.
Look at that hole. Look, I mean, lead back, lead blocker, run through the hole, first down or close.
First down for Eastside Catholic, or at least if it's not, it's going to be third and maybe a couple of inches.
Real close.
And the one thing I'll say about Chase is during the offseason, is he was the one leading the pack and making sure that guys are putting in work, because people forget that before the season started, everybody was kind of Eastside Catholic out. Everybody thought they were done.
Yeah, what I'm impressed by? Eastside's defensive line.
Yeah,
they were not getting moved out that line of scrimmage. You can do that wing T fake and all that, belly fake and all that, and if you don't get guys off that line of scrimmage, you're not gonna. It don't matter. They're gonna be in your backfield.
Yeah, for sure.
Gio,
all that faking didn't do anything.
Yeah.
The coach Savoya, they say the biggest distance in coaching is going from an assistant to a head coach. That's 6 feet in distance.
Very.
Tell me the difference between being one of the supporting cast and now being the lead man.
I think that you have to worry about a lot of things that people don't think about. Like
the little things.
Oh, you go from receiving. You get anywhere from.
Chase gets to his left. Hang on 1 second. He goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line after a 26-yard run by Chase Hamden. And he exploded through the hole, cut to his left. And I thought he was going to get down the sideline before the angles kind of caught up with him.
Nothing fancy. Direct handoff. No faking. Just give him the ball and he runs. They're pushing Stanwood off that line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Eastside Catholic right back to the line of scrimmage. The give again to Chase. He runs and picks him about 3 yards. Just a good solid run there. Gio, you were saying, looking at all the little things that head coach has to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. From, finding somebody to set up the film, to worrying about where the manager's at, to, people don't understand that.
now you know why I was crazy all the time.
Oh, yeah. I think that's why I'm starting to get a couple gray hairs, Coach.
You'll get more.
Yeah.
Here we go on 2nd down and about 7 yards to go.
Double wide outs, left and right. Single set, single back.
Zerbino, the running back, moves to his left. The give to Aribe.
Oh, wide open.
Right,
cut up.
Nice cut.
Nice cut.
And he's going to be real close to a first down.
Yep.
Gio, tell us about the future of Foster Bulldog football. It sounds like you're getting the kids out. You're in the building.
Yes. No, I'm not in the building yet. I'm actually teaching at Evergreen right now, but I'm excited. I'm going to be the head middle school coach too as well.
Very nice. So you're going to be able to get the kids out. You're building your name in the community.
For sure.
How exciting is that? Foster Bulldogs are good for the future.
Very. Next year we're going to have a C team, JV, and a varsity, so I'm excited for that as well.
Do you miss driving all the way out to the plateau?
A little bit, a little bit. I miss just being around the culture, and it's different going from a built program to having to build a program.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but guess what? You make the call.
Oh,
you don't inherit anything. Everything that gets created, you do. That's good.
Very sure. That's my goal. To make it a good job, to make it a place.
And because it's got to be your philosophy, your mission, your vision.
Yeah.
Frosty referee said, make the big time where you're at. As a rebate carry to the right, picked up about 7 yards, got the first down. The give again. No, the fake. Brady runs to his left and cuts back to his right. He throws one towards the corner. Looks like he's going to try to hit a pylon.
They got
and
a.
there looks like a flag down there in the defensive backfield. So we'll see what that is all about.
It might be ineligible downfield.
Could have been. Brady made a nice play to get out of that.
Yep.
Scrambled and before
He's got a little bit of an arm because he was throwing off balance and he just got that ball way out of bounds. You know.
A little bit of an athlete. And I like his shoes, Coach. His shoes are kind of cool.
Oh, the gold. What are they? Orange or gold or something?
They look like they're red.
Yeah, something. Let me go see. Little red shoe. Huh?
We are here at Leon H. Brigham Field. It is 8:43 to go in the third quarter. Eastside Catholic 28, Stanwood 6. We are here with just one of the special people in all of high school football, Gio Perez, the head football coach of the Foster Bulldogs. So glad to have him here for a second. Former coach at Eastside Catholic High School. Gio, how do things shape up? Let's assume Eastside Catholic is going to win this game. Let's Chase Hamden gets the ball right up the middle.
Oh,
Treated rudely by the Stanwood defense. Goes down after a gain of about 3. Tell us about Eastside Catholic and what do you think their prospects are for winning the whole thing?
I think the program is so built that, you know, the expectation to just go back to another state title is just naturally there. But, you know, they have a key nucleus of kids who have bought in. I mean, you're talking about a program that had about 50 to 60 kids in the weight room daily. And, you know, the foundation's there. I mean, you're talking about a new offensive coordinator, new thing, and they're still, you know, moving it. They're still rocking it. New coaches and still the program is so built. Germany did a good job of building it that, you know, you can't mess with a program with the foundation so solid.
You know, but you know what I think is good that the Metro League, which Eastside Catholic is part of, is strong.
Yeah.
And that helps everybody.
Very.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And that's one thing that I learned from being at Eastside is like, you know, I'm not trying to play cupcake when I'm at Foster's. I'm not trying to play cupcake games. We're trying to play the best of the best of the best. So when we get to the playoffs, we're ready to go.
Chase Hamden, you might have heard in the background,
They
a
just
8-yard run into the end zone.
They pushed them off the line of scrimmage, man. They're just simple running now.
And that makes the score Eastside Catholic 34, Stanwood 6. And Eastside Catholic, once again, that was just a serious physical dominating drive right down the field.
Just kick them guys off the line of scrimmage, defensive linemen, and open up the holes. And
Gio, tell us about your first win. Because as a head coach, that's got to be one of the most exciting moments in your career.
Yeah.
Tell us about your first win this year.
It was very special because at the time, Aberdeen was #1 team in 2A. So we were heavy underdogs. I mean, I'm talking about extreme underdogs. We were supposed to get shellacked, and, you know, our boys came ready to play. And at last seconds left, we had a last-minute
Hang on 1 second, Gio. If you can hold on for 1 second, because there's a few more questions for you. We're going to go down to our intern right now to discuss. Have an interview. So go ahead.
Hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Courtney Diaz, the cheer coach for Eastside Catholic High School.
So earlier I was talking to you and you said you don't have any captains on the team.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. I mean, just rolling off of what we did last year and trying to make the most of our time. We usually have a 12-month season and we're down to 6. So it's just something that got away from us, but we've had a huge group of seniors step up this year. So, I mean, they've made up for not having captains and they've all found their role.
So it must be amazing coming back, you know, from the pandemic and then having to do all of this all over again.
Definitely. It's a learning curve trying to go from having absolutely nothing to back to everything all at the same time.
So I noticed you guys have a skiing theme going on. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, our ASB does themed games kind of every time. We've done kind of the normal, you know, blackout or school colors or class colors and things like that. And they tried a new one today, and we're grateful because it's cold.
Yeah, it looks like a great way to keep them, you know, warm. Thank you. Yep. Back to you.
You are on Rainier Avenue Radio. This is Leon H. Brigham Field at Memorial Stadium in downtown Seattle underneath the shadow of the Space Needle. The Weedle at the top of the needle. Gio, I tell you, when I used to coach at Highline, I used to take my son Clemente up to Queen Anne Hill to look at that red light flash. As Isaiah Hughes finds a hole, and there goes Hughes to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and a big collision at the 40-yard line on a 60-yard return by Hughes. So Isaiah Hughes tries to get Stanwood back in the ballgame, and that return looks like he kind of as he was checking his inventory,
Yeah.
he got maybe a cramp or something going on. They're bringing the training staff out to look to him, but he's game. And what a return that was by Isaiah Hughes.
And the only drawback is I think the kicker is the one that got him. Didn't it? Wasn't it the kicker?
Gio, you were able to build your coaching staff. You had the Highline legend Doug Owusu with you.
Yeah.
You had some guys. How was it to build your staff, and how did you?
It was a little bit difficult, taking over a program 2 weeks before. It was hard to find coaches that really wanted. So I had a lot of first and second year guys, but I'm in the process of rebuilding my staff and really trying to find veteran guys that really know what's going on and understand my vision for the program.
Ooh,
Quick
nice
pitch
run.
to the outside.
Ooh, nice run.
And a nice little run by
Nice
the
run.
Stanwood running back, number 38.
Yeah, they're not giving up. They're not giving up.
Hey, by the way, I'll say this is that Stanwood looks like a well-coached program. I mean, you look at those guys, they don't look like football players at all, but a lot of it's just coaching. You can tell that those kids are well-coached, they're disciplined.
Yep.
And they do what they do very well.
They look like a basketball team. They come out and they're laying down and they know their angles and obviously they are not straying away from the principles of their wing T offense.
Not only that, but do you hear the student section? Like that's an all-around. You could tell it's a football school. They have the whole community behind them.
Stanwood's got the people there, double wing formation, little unbalanced to right, and they've been trying to run the trap. It's just not moving the guys off the ball.
They're not pushing that defensive line off the line of scrimmage. You can't do that stuff.
Coach Chavoya, tell us about my man number 55, Emo. That's a big dude.
Yeah, he's new this year. I believe he's a transfer. I forgot from where, but he's a tough-nosed kid. He was in the weight room every single day on time. He's the first one there, last one to leave type of kid. Very quiet. Doesn't say many words, but he's tough as nails.
I saw you seeing some of the friends and families that you impacted while you were at Eastside Catholic. Always nice to get those hugs and see people you used to coach with.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the one thing I do want to say is thank you because Eastside Catholic, we only had 30 helmets when I took over Foster, and they donated 10 to us. So
isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, they looked out for us. So Foster was so used to having anywhere from 30 to 40 guys on the team that they weren't prepared for what I was trying to do, which is have 100 guys. And that's ultimately the goal that I had. Eastside Catholic, they looked out for us, and Dom's like, how many do you need? And he made it possible for 10 more kids to be able to play on my football team.
Coach Chavoya, was your father out there watching a little bit this year?
No, he didn't get a chance to this year, but my little brother and everybody was there supportive, and
they go ahead and try the belly play to the outside, and that is stuffed up in the backfield. Eastside Catholic, after giving up a first down play to Stanwood, Stanwood on the 1st and 10. The ball is on about the 28-yard line. They try to run the belly to the outside, and they end up losing 2.
You know who I'm excited to see in college is number 71, Peter.
For Eastside Catholic.
Yeah, he's going to be a hell of a player in college.
Tell us about him.
Oh, he's a great kid. So I don't know if you know his story or not, but his mom passed away in 2019, fall of 2019. And he actually had a touchdown in our state championship game. Incredible. It's just the way it happened. Great all-around kid, great human being. And, I'm excited to see him play in college just because he's so dominant. He's the guy who's going to get a pancake that guard without even trying.
Well,
Eastside Catholic goes to Canyon Baumgartner on the counter. And once again, Eastside Catholic's defense playing its keys and stuffs that play right there.
If you don't get those defensive linemen off that line of scrimmage, all that faking and counter and all that stuff doesn't mean a thing.
That flag goes up in the air by the umpire.
Unsportsmanlike.
It looked like it could have been on the Eastside Catholic defense. Let's see what they're talking about over there.
Yeah.
Flag goes down. Gio, how did you deal with the referees this year? You're a young coach trying to establish yourself. How was your relationship with the referees this year?
Hey, the first thing is you respect them because we have very few of them this year. And I don't know if I told you, but I was fortunate enough to have Coach Mark as one of my former high school coaches. He came out. He was one of my referees. And we still lost that game, so I don't think he made it there.
Was Mark Becker?
No, Coach Marcus. He was there before before you were there.
Did he tell you to run a lap?
I'd love to see Mark Becker out there reffing. Oh man, Coach Becker, I hope you're doing well and thinking about you.
Unsportsmanlike.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I just believe in treating refs with respect. I mean, I did have my days where, I was like, was that really a holding call? And I said things maybe I shouldn't have, but I always treated refs, because I understand they're human at the end of the day, right? and it's one of those jobs that you don't have many friends, and so you got to treat them with respect.
Tell us about working with Coach Dominic, and you were there for what, 4 years?
I was there for this would have been my third season.
So
Yeah.
tell us about working with Coach Dominic.
Great human being, all about family. He was the kind of coach who let me bring my son to practice if I needed to. And I learned so much from him, and I've adopted a lot of the ways that he is. And he's the guy that doesn't necessarily take football serious. What I mean by that, he's not going to expect you to watch film for 35 hours. You just do your job, go home, and he's very family oriented and very high standard, but just a great all around human being.
Stanwood on a little bit of a drive. 1st and 10, ball to the 14 after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And the ball comes out. They try to run a belly play once again. They went to the right side of the offensive line, and Ryder Bumgartner put the ball on the ground and it bounced right back up into his arms. That'll bring up 2nd down and 17 from the 14-yard line. Coach Boya, I just can't I can't even hold back my pride for you. And it's just thank you so much for spending a little time with us. And I want you to go back and say hi to your friends at Eastside Catholic. But thanks so much for spending a little time.
I appreciate you, Coach. I love you, and good luck with everything. Thank you for having me.
Love you. So proud of you. We'll see you next year. Coach Gio Perez Chavoya of the Foster Bulldogs. And the ball pops out. The ball pops out by Eastside Catholic, and they're going back down the other way on the sideline. That's number 56 with the ball after the fumble.
Touchdown.
That's going to be a touchdown for Eastside Catholic.
Yep. That's when the running back should have just fell down instead of trying to push the run, and then he just gave up the ball.
The ball comes out.
Into the hands.
Right into the hands of number 51. And what a man who shows some tremendous speed there. That is
for a guy his size.
A hill running down the sideline. And let's see what the call is going to be. There were flags on the sideline. There were flags everywhere on the sideline. So there may have been a one of those interference calls. Let's see what they call here. They say the touchdown is good. And that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be an interference. I believe it's sideline interference on Eastside Catholic. But a touchdown run, and I'm going to go ahead and guess that was around 78 yards. It looked like he picked the ball on the 22-yard line.
Yeah, pretty
and
good.
The way he went down the sideline as we were saying goodbye to Gio Perez Chavoya.
Excitement everywhere. No, he took that ball. He was gone, man.
3:17 to go in the third quarter. Eastside Catholic 40, Stanwood 6. What a return by the Eastside Catholic Crusaders. Just completely turned the ball game. Because Stanwood finally getting a little bit of momentum. And Eastside Catholic once again on the fumble. And the frustrated coaching staff of Stanwood, another flag on the field. Another flag down. Let's see what they call here. This may go against Stanwood.
I think it may be another unsportsmanlike conduct.
Here comes the head coach right now for Stanwood. That is Jeff Escoma. He's out on the field talking to the officials right out at midfield. And a player for Stanwood looks like he's just collapsed. He's laying down on the ground and might have a cramp or something going on over there. So, boy, I tell you, that is certainly the signature play of the second half. Stanwood finally getting some things going after a big kickoff return by Isaiah Hughes. They moved the ball down to the 30, get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Eastside Catholic, moving to the 15 after a loss, a fumble, and it's picked up by Eastside Catholic, and they go into the end zone on a 78-yard touchdown return. And that makes the score Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood. Not the Sand. I thought it was Stanford Cardinal.
Right.
Hear me? I think David Shaw's out there, and Christian McCafferty and Toby Gerhardt. Some of those dudes. Anders Pete.
Whoa.
I'm bringing up the Stanford Cardinal, and this is the Stanwood Spartans.
So you've got unsportsmanlike conduct.
A double major,
and
as we say in hockey.
And it's a double.
It's a double major. They're taking them back to the
10, 15, no, 12. What is it? 10, 12, whatever. But see, unsportsmanlike conduct to me is uncalled for too. You need to talk to your team. That wasn't,
Eastside Catholic is kicking off from the 13-yard line. Now, I don't know how you come up with that. How do you come up with that?
Yeah, I know.
27 yards? How do you come up with that number? But nevertheless, they kick a rocket, actually, and it's caught up to 35. Here comes Isaiah Hughes again. He runs the ball to his left. He's got some space out here, Coach.
Yeah.
But that's shut down by Drew Sanadad.
They did a good job of cutting because he had an opening. He had a seam up that sideline.
Eastside Catholic is not taking the starters out yet. Drew Sanadad, who is their everything defensive back, and occasionally he'll play offense, and certainly is
he made the tackle.
Special teams dynamo on the with the returns. Tonight he is making a big tackle on special teams.
Yep.
But Isaiah Hughes does get past midfield on the Eastside Catholic 45. They set up the wing tee on the left hash mark. Spread a receiver out in motion. Here goes the snap to, that was a direct snap to the quarterback. Or we should say the little running back, number 5, Ryder Bumgardner. And let me tell you something about the Stanwood team. They've been in the weight room, Coach.
Yeah.
They don't go backwards when you tackle them.
No, they're a tough. As I say, they're a tough takedown, but the offset to that is look at the size of that defensive line for Eastside Catholic. That's some sizable beef out there. You got some big guys out there.
Michael Muscati brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got a wing to his left who goes in motion. He ducks out of there. He flips it over to the side. Gets a block from Hughes, the little running back, number 38. Yep. Carson Beck. He went in motion, caught a little swing pass. Was looking for a block from Isaiah Hughes, and Hughes did what he could, but the defender over there for Eastside Catholic
played it perfectly.
Really got off the block.
Yeah, played it perfectly. Closed it down, sealed it all. Didn't let him get outside of him. He kept his outside arm and leg free.
I'm eyeballing Daniel Bellis to see if he has an update on the Bellevue Wolverines. We'll ask him when he gets a chance. We have a wing left formation, and actually the wing is over to the right. Right. Unbalanced offensive line, it looks like. The give
inside handoff, and didn't get anywhere.
He goes nowhere. That's number 5, of course. That's Ryder Bumgardner. Yeah. Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6. 78-yard touchdown return has really broken this game wide open. Not that it was close, but Eastside Catholic is certainly in control. 4th down for Stanwood. Yep. 4th down and 6. The ball is on the 40-yard line. A minute 16 to go in the third quarter. I hope you heard the interview with Gio Perez Chavoya, the head football coach at Foster High School.
Oh.
Nice little throw right down the middle. Does he get it? He does. What a catch. What a catch by number 1, JT McLaughlin. Nice throw by Muscati. He just came out real low.
Yep.
Thought it was going to probably be a run play. Eastside Catholic bit just a second. He was able to hit the seam.
He bobbled that ball. He bobbled the snap as he pulled away the quarterback, and he recovered, and that was a good recovery.
50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station, our community radio station, telling the stories of our kids. Nice little dive play. They run the trap, nothing there.
Nothing.
They're just not getting the trap. As the clock runs down to 30 seconds to go. Stanwood just trying to, they're probably going to go ahead and let the clock run out, wouldn't you? I would just let this thing run out and see if I can by the time you get to the to the fourth quarter, second and 7.
Regroup. But like I said, you can't get anything on those plays if you don't get a push on the line of scrimmage.
Here comes Stanwood. They're on the ball. They're going to go ahead and get the play in. They go ahead. He ducks down. Moscotti rolls to his left. He throws. He's got a receiver coming across the middle. And that kid is just blown up. McLaughlin.
Yeah.
J.T. McLaughlin is upended. And he's down. Down goes McLaughlin.
He hit his head and
hit.
neck and shoulder in that tackle.
Ambrose Marsh, number 9, went low. Took out the legs, spun him around, and he landed on the turf.
Yep, head and shoulder and neck.
He tried to get up and walk. His team was helping him up, but he just said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and lay here and give myself a little break. Here comes the training staff out to him. And obviously on that hit, everyone in the stadium is concerned. But just looks like he had the wind knocked out of him. And J.T. McLaughlin runs off the field, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
Man, that was an ugly hit, Juan.
It really was. And the way he landed,
yep.
J.T. McLaughlin, a tough kid,
yep.
is kind of reminiscent of the Stanwood team. They are down, but they bounce back.
Yep.
And that will end the third quarter. So as the Eastside Catholic Crusaders are walking down to the other end of the field with their hands extended with the number 4 for the fourth quarter, it is Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6 on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yep. It's like I said, you got to give it to those Stanwood kids. They're scrappy.
Let's go to Daniel Bellis.
Yes, and we have been watching the game in Bellevue for the top-seeded Bellevue Wolverines, and ever since right before a half, trailing 14-21, it has been all Bellevue ever since. They tied it up at the half. It was 21-all. Opening in the third quarter, Bellevue scores another one, 28-21. They score again to open the fourth, 35, and they just did another score, rushing with a 16-yard rushing touchdown. There is 2 minutes left in the game. Bellevue Wolverines are moving on, 42-21 over Lakes, who made it very interesting in the first half, but second half falling flat.
You play 2 halves. That's the only problem.
Here comes Stanwood, the Bellevue Wolverines, obviously the number 1 team in the state, and for a reason. Lakes obviously has some athletes as a pitch comes out here to the little running back, number 6.
Man, that's a lot of running to not gain a whole lot of yards, Juan.
Declan Berry. Declan Berry was the receiver on that one. And here comes J.T. McLaughlin back in the ball game. I just think he had the wind knocked out of him.
Oh, okay.
Because of a little diaphragm not matching up with the breathing.
Yep.
And we've all been there, guys that have played sports.
That play resulted in a 1-yard gain, but the back ran about 400 yards, it looked like. He ran laterally.
Wing T formation.
Oh, good fake.
To give. He's trying to run down.
No, but he's
nice
getting
looking move by the quarterback. He throws it. There's McLaughlin at the 5-yard line, and he's thrown down. So McLaughlin comes back in the ball game. Not only is he healthy, but he makes a catch.
Very good.
And he takes that ball down to the 5-yard line, and he's close to a first down. He's not off by much.
Not by much.
3rd down and 1. Just starting the fourth quarter, and let me tell you something, folks. If you like football, and if you want to come down, that's probably too late. Stay home and listen to us.
Yeah.
Don't come down here for the final 10 minutes. You should have been here about an hour and a half ago. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station, and we have a lot of fun bringing us the stories of our kids in the community.
Ooh,
As
no.
the quarterback rolls to his right, he's looking.
Oh, intercepted. Oh, almost.
Ball was tipped by Drew Sandoval. Just couldn't get there.
Yep.
Moscotti was looking for a receiver in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
That was number 8 back there, kind of roaming around. Trip Lolster, and just couldn't
get the ball. Hey, while we're talking about it, this is nationally. We're celebrating American Indian, Native American Heritage Month, and I'm testing everybody out there. Look this guy up, Jim Thorpe. considered one of the greatest athletes in the first half of the century. Did it all: football, baseball, basketball, Olympic champion, pentathlon, look him up. Jim Thorpe, Sac Fox Indian from Oklahoma.
Jim Thorpe, one of the greatest athletes in American
All
history.
time, yep.
As we had 4th down and about a half an inch, and Stanwood jumps. That's going to move him back 5 yards.
Illegal procedure. Yeah, I read about the guy, and I just could not believe. I thought I had known everything about him. He was amazing. He was also one of the founders of the National Football League.
I would say this. I mean, from what I've seen and from what I've read, I would say just the 3 greatest athletes, pure athletes in American history, and what they've accomplished. I would say Jim Brown.
Yeah.
I would say Jim Thorpe, and I would say Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure that would spur a lot of conversation.
But you talk about guys that were very versatile to play different sports. Jim Brown was the All-American lacrosse player. Can you imagine going up against him?
Bo Jackson.
And
Bo Jackson won a decathlon in high school. He won a decathlon.
Right, I heard that. Yeah.
And he didn't run the mile. He only competed in 9 of the events. He didn't want to run. He didn't want to run the mile. Said he was too tired and didn't like running that far. Didn't want to do the 4 laps. He had enough points to where they couldn't catch him.
Yep. And that's incredible. And then a heck of a baseball player.
Yes. A heck of a baseball player, a heck of a football player. Yep. And probably would have been, I mean, if he doesn't get injured, chance he could be a Hall of Famer in both sports.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Then of course, Jim Brown, the people forget that he was a lacrosse player.
Yes.
4 times, and they had the Jim Brown rule. Jim Brown would just take the basket, hold it to his chest, and run to the goal. They would hit him with the sticks, and he would just get in and throw the ball into the net.
Yeah.
And they had to come up with the Jim Brown rule.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him. But like I said, he was an All-American in lacrosse. So.
Here comes Stanwood. It is 4th down and 6. Try to see what they can do here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Milton lacrosse.
Back to the right. And
no, boy. That play was designed to fail. The quarterback didn't. The guy didn't even get off the line of scrimmage, man. It's out of the backfield.
Nate Cussman comes rushing through the hole, rushing through the A gap.
He came through the A gap, right?
He timed it perfectly. Got to Muscati, brings him down, and I will let the crowd tell the story. You can probably tell that the Eastside Catholic fans went berserk over here.
And there's quite a few Eastside fans out here.
Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6, 10:25 to go in the 4th quarter. And I think you're just going to see a bunch of handoffs here.
Yeah, man,
once again,
I don't doubt that. Yeah, here it is. Delay handoff.
Uribe, the running back, I believe, or is that Chase? Yeah. It's either Chase Hamden or Uribe. Uribe, I believe it is on that carry. Yes, number 28. Yeah.
That's interesting. That little delay handoff, deep setback, turn around, hand the ball, delay handoff.
Let the blocks marinate.
Yep. Let the back look for the hole.
Slow to the hole, quick through the hole.
Yep.
The clap of the hands. They'll look to the left to get the signal.
Split backs. You got 3 receivers out, 2 on the left and 1 on the right. And here, direct handoff around the end.
Uribe turns up field.
Nice cut. Oh,
my little
yeah.
Stanwood's game here, Coach. Yeah. Stanwood is game. They're not gonna.
Yeah, no, they're
still out there playing football.
They're sawing wood, as they say. They're hitting. No quit in their hit.
Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6, 9:28, 9:27, 9:26 to go.
Yeah.
Moving right to left, Eastside Catholic on your radio dial. If you're watching on TV, obviously you can see it.
I think they're gonna.
Once again, a little delayed handoff to the ball on the ground, though. Everyone's kind of running in there, but that's Uribe. Oh, the ball came popping out. We'll see what happens here.
They say he was down.
He was down.
Yeah, he was down.
They are calling him down. So Eastside Stanwood picks up the ball. That's Baumgartner.
It was a good try.
In the end zone.
It's a good try.
But that's not going to fool Bugs money. That play was down. So I think on 4th and 5, we'll see a punt from Eastside Catholic with 8:53 to go in the 4th quarter.
What do they say? You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time, right?
Sometimes I just fool myself, to be honest with you. oh my. John Yasutake, the coach. And John Yasutake is one of the pioneers of Rainier Avenue Radio. And this is a man who, I tell you, we talk about people who put in time and effort and energy to support football programs. This man supports this radio station. And I mean, and I love all of the fancy things you do, our little press passes and little different things as the kick is off.
Oh.
He's like, that's a heck of a kick.
Good,
That is a heck of a
good,
kick.
oh, good kick.
And a nice catch by the return man who does a little skip and a hop and a go. And he runs to his left. And we
Oh, he
have
got
some,
hit in the back.
Baby.
Oh my
We
goodness.
saw a little bit of everything. That go. Maybe some blocks in the back,
Yeah, there was a
And,
block in the back too.
but definitely a horse collar tackle.
Yeah.
Ryder Baumgartner pulled down by the back of the shoulder pads, and the coaching staff at Stanwood is ticked. All in red jackets and all just kind of motioning, and
Yeah.
they're giving that horse collar motion, and the referee just turns his back and says, "Hey, that was a good tackle."
Yep. It was but you like the little jump skip that he
I
did,
like
huh?
that little, the little skip move,
Yeah.
kind of a and one basketball
Yeah.
move by the professor.
It didn't get him anywhere, but at least it looked good.
8:01 to go. Here comes the wing T sweep.
Yep.
They cut it upfield.
Yeah.
And a nice job of running the football, but look at that.
They shut it down again.
Three Eastside Catholic defenders just pick them up, and now they're posing, and they're showing off a little bit, Coach. And now
Yeah.
let's get it back under control. Eastside Catholic is another one of their guys cramps up.
One of the guys, it looks like it is a cramp. I think it is.
It's a warm night tonight. I mean, we talk about it, and when I was coaching, we had all the clinics with coaches, and we talk about the fact that even on a night that's 55 degrees, it's warmer than it was during the week.
And you got to stay hydrated,
You have
man.
to stay hydrated.
Yep. And not just water. You got to have electrolytes, you know.
And I'm just, it looks like Eastside Catholic, as usual, has done a really good job of keeping bottles of hydration there for the kids. They all have their individual bottles, but you've got to get those, and you've got to drink that during the game.
Gatorade, all that stuff.
Absolutely gorgeous night here in Seattle, as I may have shared with you in the beginning. Space Needle just glowing. It's absolutely beautiful, glowing over the stadium. As Stanwood comes to the line of scrimmage in their wing right formation. The fake and the give.
No.
Those two.
They're not. Juan, I hate to sound like a broken record. You can't run this offense with all that hand faking and all that movement without getting a push on the line of scrimmage. Because what happens is the defenders they penetrate. They cross that line of scrimmage, and you have nowhere to go.
And when they also cross face, so the blocker, they go ahead and rip under the defender.
Right.
And they rip under their blocker, I'm sorry, and they get to the other side of where they want to go, and they're just blowing up the play.
Yep.
And Stanwood has had problems with it all night.
Yep.
41 Eastside Catholic, Stanwood 6. Mascotti rolls to his left.
He's getting
He's got a
pressure.
big hole up the middle, and he goes down, and smartly so.
Yeah.
And I think the two Eastside Catholic defenders ran into each other.
Yeah, they were so in such a hurry to hit him. But you saw the pressure coming.
Yeah. Oh, he saw the pressure coming.
Yeah.
He heard it. I mean, not only did he see it, he probably heard two guys. It was probably reminiscent of the sounds that you heard in a Jurassic Park.
Like a raptor coming or a Tyrannosaurus or something.
They were coming to get you, and he went down, and it was like the two guys slid into each other.
Yeah, and there was no gain, unfortunately.
6:05, 6:04, 6:03 to go. Midway through the fourth quarter, as the kick is by McLaughlin.
Yeah, that was
it's
a good
rocket.
kick.
It bounces, and it's still bouncing.
Good kick.
It hit at about the 25-yard line and accelerated forward and goes down to about the 12. I thought that Drew Sanidad was going to try to pick it up.
Yeah.
It's a smart thing.
The smart thing.
Get the heck away from it.
Ball was and again, you taught it, you coached it. Get away from the ball if you can't field it clean, right? Get away.
I'm going to see if I can get Raul Sanidad. He's probably enjoying the game. I shouldn't send him a note, but I'm going to see if I can get Raul to come up and maybe chat with us here tonight. What a super duper guy, and knows I care about him. I'd love to see him. Hopefully I get a chance to chat with him maybe after the game. And so great to see Coach Gio Perez Chavoya come and spend a few moments with us.
Yeah, it's impressive young man.
He really is.
Yes. quality young man.
He's a great player for us at Highline, and he loves the game of football. I'm just so glad he got a chance to coach and really build a program. And Foster will be a player in the state AA ranks in the next 5 years, guarantee it.
You know, that's what I find interesting. A lot of kids of Latin descent, Latinx descent, they play soccer, but a lot of them play football, especially those coming out of California, Arizona.
His dad, and I talked to Gio's dad when he was at Highline, and he came from Los Angeles and saw those great games of those schools in there. I believe Franklin and Garfield was the rivalry.
Yeah.
The Latino kids down there playing some football, and that's some great games down there in Los Angeles.
Yep. They great football players then. Oh no,
he's
open.
Another guy. This is number 20.
He got a hold though, I think.
He is quick.
Yeah, but they got a hold.
Get a little hold on that thing.
Yeah.
Eastside Catholic accelerates to the left.
Yeah, but man, he got around that corner, Juan. My goodness.
Number 23.
He's a new kid, right?
Yeah, they sure did just put him in there.
Yep.
That is
holding. Yep, holding.
Armand Risharka.
Yep.
Risharka?
Yeah, something.
It's a long name, and sometimes I struggle with the long names.
I don't see how can you
executioner of the English language that I am.
But how can you read that fine print? I can't read it. It's too small for me.
I'm just gonna say we're gonna call him AR.
Okay, all right, that's good.
AR, I just call him.
I thought it was a hold, and it is a hold. So call it back.
Arnav. I'm gonna call him Arnav.
Arnav. Okay.
Arnav, and let me tell you something about Arnav. Arnav stands for quick.
Yep, very quick. Very quick.
Gets the ball again. He celebrates to his right, and gets up to the outside. Can he get to the sideline? He cannot, but he will pick up the first down. He stops out of bounds. So Arnav makes a couple of nice little runs there, and he's doing it.
He wouldn't have got there if he didn't have that speed and that quickness. My goodness. And across that whole formation.
Arnav's not kidding. He does pick up the first down. It will be first down and 10 on the 25-yard line.
Yep.
4:22. The clock is moving. And this is one of the things I appreciate about Dominic. When he gets up, he runs the football.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets they're up. No sense in trying to throw passes right now.
Yep.
Just run the doggone football.
Keep the clock running.
Get the game over with.
Yeah.
Pat Stanwood on the back, and let's all get on the buses and get out of here.
Yep.
Snap and the give. It looks like this is Arnav again. He picks up 3, and then he's put down by the Stanwood defense. And there was Coach Dominic, and he's like, hey, roll the clock. The clock.
Keep the clock running.
3:45 to go. 3:43, 3:42, 3:41. Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Excuse me, Coach.
No, go ahead.
I was just our community radio station, your community radio station, and we love our audience.
Very good. Other than that incident involving that young man that got hit, there has been no one injured, and that's good to know. It doesn't look like anybody got a serious injury out here today.
JT McLaughlin came back.
Yeah, but
it's Arnav kind of sprints to his right, and he's taking the carries right now.
He's running around.
And let's see what happened here. Flag goes in. I wonder if they're going to call face mask. I thought they may have grabbed his face mask, but we'll see. It was by the back judge with 3:06 to go. Throws a flag in, and he's talking to the white hat right now and kind of setting the scene of what he saw 20 yards downfield. And it looks like it's going to be a little call a
personal
foul against the Eastside Catholic Crusaders.
Come on, guys.
Opened. Dominic goes ahead and throws out. I think he's going to have a chat with the guy who the penalty was against.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to say 50. Oh, no, big 77. So they're taking him out, taking their big lineman out, and that's their star left tackle, number 77. And he gets away from Dominic. He didn't go shake his hand or anything, so I think Dominic just wanted him out of there.
Oh, my God.
Connor Bull comes out of the game, number 77 for Eastside Catholic. And now the Sergeants get sprinting in, just as Eastside Catholic was running through their signals. Let's see what he says. Okay. He's probably telling him to get on I think he was telling 51 to get on the line. Trying to give him a little break there, but Eastside Catholic, 3rd down and 22. And the give is to Arnav, and that don't go very well. That's not going anywhere, folks. So they'll go ahead and punt the ball.
Yep.
Third down, and he might have picked up a yard, so it'll be about 3rd and 21. If I'm not mistaken. Ball is going to be on maybe the 14-yard line.
Yeah, about 14. He's going to be he's going to be kicking near the goal line.
2:26 to go in the fourth quarter. So an exciting night of football. The O'Day Irish took out Kelso tonight. I think that was 50-something to 10-something. It was 53 to 13, 50-something to 13.
Yep.
I know that Daniel Bellis will go over the scores with us at the end of this ball game. Eastside Catholic, obviously, they had a real easy time here with Stanwood.
Good kick.
Kick is
Nice, good.
high. And it's going to hit at the 45-yard line and bounce backwards. And
No!
it's thrown, and they pick it up. I believe the ball gets blown dead.
No, you can't
believe the
advance
ball
it.
gets blown dead.
but
it
it's
is
there.
Eastside Catholic's ball.
Yeah,
But
it's
did Eastside Catholic touch it first?
No, I don't think so. I think Stanwood touched
Was there
it.
an Eastside Catholic touch on the ball? Was there an Eastside Catholic touch on the ball?
No,
there
they
was
said
not.
no, it was Stanwood that touched it. It's a live
So
ball.
Stanwood touching a live ball and hits off the leg
Right, and you can't advance a muff punt.
of the return team.
Right.
And exactly, you cannot advance the muff.
Right.
And now Eastside Catholic's going to get the ball with 1:46 to go.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you, I bet Dominic's just going to go ahead and go into victory formation.
No, just kneel. Kneel about 4 times.
1:46 to go in the ball game. And just such tough luck for Stanwood tonight. Obviously, the draw getting Eastside Catholic.
But that could have been avoided. Remember, we talked about that. If you're not going to field the punt clean, get out of the way, right? He tried. He couldn't get it. I mean, that was a bonehead play, really. He tried, but that was not the right move.
And gives the ball to Arnov. Arnov makes a couple of nice plays, breaks to his right. And they
Boy,
bring Arnov down. After
boy,
a
he
gain of
runs.
3.
He runs hard for a little guy.
He does run hard, and we have a player down.
That's
we have a player down.
see, this is what you don't want. The garbage time, and you got a player looks like he's grabbing his knee. That is not good.
Everyone taking a knee here at Eastside Catholic, and on both sides, people taking a knee. We have a player down and injured for the Crusaders. I hate to see that. Doggone it. On
Jay Yeezy.
Jay Yeezy always has something going on with these. Like there's Pat McCarthy come rolling through. The Eastside Catholic faithful is just all quiet right now. There goes Patrick McCartney. Don't allow me to roll my mask up a little bit, but I'm always gonna. Eastside Catholic 41, Stanwood 6. We have a player down for Eastside Catholic.
Yeah, that's. He was grabbing it. He was grabbing his knee, Juan. I don't like the look to that one.
Wrenched the knee with 1:34 to go.
That's the last thing you want to happen.
And this is more than garbage time, Coach. It is a lot of stuff going on right now. Everyone's quiet. The stadium is quiet. He rolls over, and he gets on his back, and now he steps up, and thank goodness.
Oh.
Thank goodness. He's got the knee run. It's number 50
Yeah.
for Eastside Catholic, and we'll get that number for you.
Carry him. Get him off. Get him off that foot. Okay, well, he's made it to the sideline.
Cody Steele.
Wow.
Cody Steele is the
Injured.
someone that's injured. They're carrying him over here. The team grabs him. He's hopping off on his own power. He's hopping off on his right leg, gets to the training table. They're all looking at him. His team's around him. That's a beautiful thing by these Eastside Catholic kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you put that much time in, Coach,
Yeah.
the team is very, very close over there.
Yeah. That's good. Good camaraderie. But you hate to see somebody get hurt this late in the game.
Eastside Catholic goes into victory formation now, so I think that'll extinguish that.
Yeah.
Takes a snap, steps back.
Yeah.
And that will probably one more snap, and I think the game's going to be over. So the Eastside Catholic Crusaders, they obviously proved dominating in this game.
Yep.
They're going ahead and they're giving some hugs and shaking hands as we move down to 52 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. So we saw two powerhouse schools here out of the Seattle area, two Catholic schools, Eastside Catholic and O'Day, and they just crushed their opponents like Ivan Drago. I will crush you.
That's it.
28 seconds to go, but the clock is now under the play clock. So just like that, the Eastside Catholic Crusaders are rallying up at the 50-yard line, and they'll go shake hands with this very game bunch that came down from Stanwood to give them a ball game, and they certainly did.
They had some exciting plays.
But Eastside Catholic just a little too much.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little too much for a lot of teams. It'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah. Well, the seeding formula is pretty much indicative. You got number 2, number 3 playing 14, 15, 16. Yep. So it's pretty much going true to form. And see, if you were a betting man, you would say true to form.
Next week, we're just not sure if it's going to be Friday or Saturday, but you can count on us to be broadcasting games.
We've just heard that we will be broadcasting both the Eastside Catholic and O'Day games. What we don't know yet is what day the games will be on.
Either Friday or Saturday.
Friday or Saturday.
Right.
We just haven't been designated which day that they will be. But O'Day and Eastside Catholic will host here at Memorial Stadium next week on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. So how exciting is that?
Yes, it is.
We will have the O'Day Fighting Irish and the Eastside Catholic Crusaders in their next game.
Yep. And our city teams next week.
Well, the number 1 team in the state did survive.
Yep.
Bellevue gets past Lakes. Daniel Bellis will give us some of the updates. But we do know this. We will be back here at Memorial Stadium, and you will be on our radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right there, Juan. Here on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio, Eastside Catholic, 2 seed. Moving on with a big blowout win, 41-6. Bellevue, of course, moving on as well. Although they were tied at the half with 16-seeded Lakes, they controlled the second half and won 42-21. O'Day defeating Kelsall handily as well, 52-13. Which means Rainier Avenue Radio will be broadcasting here from Memorial Stadium either Friday night or Saturday night. And that will be both O'Day and Eastside Catholic's hosted games. Those will be against, as we throw the bracket on the screen there for you to see, O'Day will be hosting the winner of Spanaway Lake at Kennewick, which kicks off tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Kennewick in the 11-6 matchup. And Eastside Catholic will be hosting the winner of Mount Spokane at Arlington, the 10-7 matchup. And that kicking off at 1 o'clock as well tomorrow. Also kicking off at 1, 13th seed at Seattle Prep of the Metro League will be at number 4, Yelm. Garfield in the 12-5 matchup will be at Marysville Pilchuck of the Westco. And Bellevue will be hosting either Friday or Saturday next week. Rainier Beach at Peninsula, which kicks off at 1 o'clock. And the Garfield-Marysville Pilchuck is actually at 7. The rest of these games are at 1 o'clock. So tomorrow all these games will be decided. And then follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch to find out which Friday or Saturday we'll be broadcasting the O'Day and Eastside Catholic hosted playoff games for the second round of WIAA 3A State Championship second round, either Friday or Saturday here from Memorial Stadium. Both the O'Day and Eastside Catholic hosted games. And again, Eastside Catholic will be hosting out Spokane at Arlington, one of those two teams. And O'Day will be hosting Spanaway Lake at Kennewick. Both of those kick off at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
And I tell you something, Daniel Bellis and Coach John Yasutaki, that Seattle Prep Yelp game is going to be a heck of a football game.
Oh, yeah.
And we know that the style in which Seattle Prep plays, their high-octane offense, and they can run up to 50 plays a minute.
Yeah, they run that hurry up.
And their outstanding quarterback, Braden Smith, that is going to be a heck of a football game. There could be 3 football games right here at Memorial Stadium next week.
Yeah. That's
No, if Seattle Prep wins, they're a 13th seed. There's not a chance that they'll be hosting.
That's right. Okay, so they wouldn't host.
Um,
They won't jump ship.
Rainier Beach, even if they win, not hosting because they'll be at Bellevue. Garfield, if they win, they would still be at Yelm, or they would be host. So there's a possibility if Garfield and Seattle Prep win tomorrow, Garfield would host a
Wait
game.
a minute. So if Rainier Beach wins tomorrow, they'd go out and play Bellevue?
Yeah, they're the ninth seed. They're the ninth seed. So the 8-9 plays the 1.
Whoa, baby.
Yeah, the 8-9 plays the
So
1.
do you see why getting seeded is the most important thing? Because if you're the higher seed, you play the lower rated teams.
Well, I
If
tell
you're
you,
the lower rated team, you play the higher rated team on the
well,
top.
I get the
That's
blood.
what happens when it goes down.
That's
Yeah.
right. Tony B is.
So in a crazy development, if Metro basically wins out, yes, there could be a possibility of 3 games from Memorial Stadium. But that means Seattle Prep and Garfield both have to win as the 13 and the 12 seed.
Yeah.
Garfield would host Seattle Prep in that instance.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be interesting.
Wouldn't that be a weekend?
But
let's put
Prep has to upset Yale, and
Yale,
Garfield has to
right.
upset Marysville Pilchuck.
And Marysville Pilchuck is the tough out.
They are. Well, lots of excitement in high school football in the state of Washington. And tomorrow it's going to be another very, very exciting day. On top of that, the University of Washington is taking on Arizona State.
Oh, but their head coach ain't going to be there.
He is not. The head coach will take a 1-week hiatus.
He should come with us.
Let's see if we get Jimmy Lake on the broadcast next week.
It's just a tough day for anything with a lake.
Oh, that's a good one.
Daniel, thank you so much. So from Memorial Stadium, where you just heard the Eastside Catholic Crusaders defeat Stanwood in the round of 16. And next week we will be on our community radio station, your community radio. Coach John Yasutaki, I did see the Altoids
Yes.
several times. Thank you so much. My breath is fresh and minty.
There'll be more Altoids next week.
Oh, and my sinuses are clear. And there goes Lamar Hurd, one of the great athletes in Seattle history. Garfield Bulldog.
Track and basketball
I
at
remember,
U of Oregon.
I remember when he dunked in the state championship right over at the Seattle Center Arena. How excited I was as a 14-year-old freshman at O'Day High School. And Lamar Hurd dunked. I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Yep.
And he's obviously continued to be a part of this over the last 4 decades here in Seattle. So thank you so much, Tony B. Thank you so much, Danny B. Daniel B. Thanks to the interns for a great night. And Coach, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
Jay Yeezy.
Thanks.
We will see you next week here at Memorial Stadium.
Change his name to just Yeezy.
Yeezy.
Yeah. Well, you know
Well,
what?
those things are those are $400 a pair of sneakers, right? So
Yep. But
you take your Jay Yeezys and go to the bank with those.
But you know what I'm going to do?
Tell me.
This is not a threat; it's a promise. I'm going to hang out with you on the baseball piece
I hope
because
you do.
I love high school sports.
Oh, baby, you do.
That's the best. It's the purest too.
The coach loves some high school sports.
In baseball, I was a baseball manager at Garfield. I didn't play baseball. I was the manager. You know, go out there and bring the balls and the bats out.
Who has more fun broadcasting baseball on Rainier Avenue Radio? We had such a good time with them at Garfield this last year.
Yeah, you did.
In the pandemic season,
Yeah.
we saw some great games.
I listened to you guys.
Oh my god! And then, of course, you're going to see
Yeah.
basketball this year. I mean, basketball's going to be cranking up.
Yep.
Not sure how it's all going to work out, but the Metro League's still discussing whether they can play their games indoors, and obviously we want to be careful and safe within the gymnasiums. And
Val Whiting will be joining our basketball podcast.
I'm sorry?
Val Whiting will be joining
Val Whiting.
Oh my
How
goodness.
exciting. Val Whiting, and she has had a heck of a career.
Yep.
And just like Joyce Walker.
Joyce Walker will be there, right? Hopefully, yeah.
Joyce will be back this year.
Yep.
So we are looking forward. Obviously, the fall just kind of ushers in the sports at Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you saw basketball this week, a performer that we have seen on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, a young man by the name of Paulo Banquero,
Oh yeah.
played for the Duke Blue Devils, and many were absolutely blown away by his performance. 21 points. Like I can't remember how many rebounds he had, but he came out looking very strong in his performance for Duke Blue Devils against Kentucky.
Yep.
In Mike Krzyzewski's goodbye season.
Yep.
And he looked very much the part, and many people, including LeBron James, had to say something about this kid Banchero from Seattle.
Yeah, well, how old is he? 18, 19? It's Powell.
Oh, yeah, LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron had a tweet.
Yeah.
LeBron had a tweet this week that said Paolo Banchero is the real deal.
18 or not? What? 18, 19 years old?
19 years old.
Good gravy, man.
He was recognized by the king.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
So Paulo had an incredible display. There's a young man I understand over there in Spokane. This number 1 ranked freshman player, a 7-footer, and we'll see his debut. But we'll see what he can do for Gonzaga. And Gonzaga,
right. Yeah,
the consensus favorite to win it all this year.
Number 1.
They are the number 1 ranked team in the country. They will start out as number 1, and many people have them pegged to win the whole thing. But the road to March is always paved with a lot of surprises and a lot of upsets. Suspense, and you got to stay healthy and you got to stay lucky. And we'll see how that goes. Can you believe it's 5 months from now? Yeah.
Well, they say the luck of the draw, who you're seated with and what district, what area you play in, it makes a big difference.
And I'm sure in terms of Metro League basketball, obviously Seattle Prep will be one of the teams we're going to be watching.
Yep.
And Braden Smith, he will take off the football pads and he'll put on his Converse, his Chuck Yeagers, and go up there and throw up some jumpers and his Yeezys.
Yeah,
he'll throw in his Yeezys. Jay Yeezy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, he's Bill Ellaby's got him top 10.
Is that right?
Yeah, top 10 in the state.
Player.
Yep.
So we are going to be looking forward to it. Daniel, do you want to get us off the radio yet?
Yeah, we're just killing time with Phil. We're filling.
Well, you guys, as soon as we get off the air here, we're going to go to pre-recorded scheduled content. At 10 p.m. here, Community Spotlight will be on, followed by Sports Untold, which will feature an interview with former Major League Baseball great Bill North.
My classmate.
I saw some of that interview with Paul Snyder. And that's going to be.
That's at 10:30.
I'm going to the Husky game tomorrow night with Paul Snyder.
All right. You know what they call him? Spud. That's his nickname.
Husky.
Who? Yeah. Husky.
Husky basketball team.
Yeah. The reason why I call Bill North Spud growing up is because his head was so shaped like a Mr. Potato Head. That's why they called him Spud. And I remember that, and he wanted to fight me, and I said, "Nah, I'll crush you, man." But no, he was a hell of an athlete. Baseball player par excellence. World Series.
Good to have friends, isn't it?
Spud.
It's good to have friends.
Spud. William Alex North is his real name. My classmate and friend.
The great Billy North played for Dick Williams and the Oakland Athletics. I remember watching those games.
Reggie Jackson and all that thing. Yeah, Vita Blue, etc.
Vita Blue. I remember my dad told me I'm going to go watch Vita Blue pitch tonight.
Man, that cat could pitch. That cat could pitch.
The lefty.
Oh, yeah. And John Blue Moon Odom.
John Blue Moon Odom. The great names they had. Raleigh Fingers.
Catfish. Yeah. Oh, they had a
Joe
great.
Rudy.
Yep. Joe Rudy. Yep. Gene Tennis. With the mustache and all that shit.
But you're absolutely right. The straw that definitely stirred the drink. Reginald Martinez Jackson.
Yep.
Number 9.
Yep.
From Arizona State University and playing right field for them. And I tell you, 3 straight years, the Oakland A's won the championship 72, 73, 74.
Yep.
Defeating the New York Mets, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the
Cincinnati Reds with Johnny Bench and Pete Rose and Dave Concepcion, etc.
I'm sure the stories from Bill North were magnificent.
Oh yeah, and that Bill, he showed me his World Series ring and everything. I said, "Oh my God," Oh, we're off.
We turned off.
Thank you.
But that was the headphones. All right, thank you all for tuning in tonight. We're taking it to your regular scheduled program, Community Spotlight, on at 10 p.m. So switch over to our Rainier Avenue Radio app on iPhone and Android users and go to our website, RainierAvenueRadio.world. There's a player in the upper right corner. We appreciate everyone who's still tuned in. Go ahead and switch over to the Rainier Avenue Radio stream right now to hear Community Spotlight, followed by Sports Untold with Bill North at 10:30 for an interview with Major League Baseball greats starting at 10:30. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back with more football broadcasts for high school Friday or Saturday. You'll find out on Sunday, so follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And it takes money to run these broadcasts, so send us a donation while you're at it. Rainier Avenue Radio on Venmo, or go to rainieravenue.world and click on donate. There are other options there for you. Thank you for listening. Good night. Thank you.
And Araceli, Sarah, and Clemente, Daddy's coming home.
And bless.